bring you the top 8 action for Summer Jam. Luckily, offline events are coming back. Slowly but surely, we're getting into the swing of normalcy, and we are so glad you guys are here to join us. We have some wonderful matches lined up again. Mr. Mustafli joined by Cujo Kate. We are here in this wonderful Nerd Street HQ facility that is just being built, just being finished here in Center Street, Philadelphia. What do we have lined up for top 8, Kate?
Well, we're going to have a Metro M using Vega, Ezekies, a very strong Gil player. Of course, we've got Smug using G, Balrog, and a variety of characters. Kachik, primarily using Kaye. We have Zano, who was using Cody and had gotten knocked into losers by Kachik. We have a Mylin, primarily a Lara player, who was knocked into losers by Smug. Ludovic, who was using primarily Chun-Li and Minot, knocked into losers by Gimp. And then Spaceboy, who was knocked into losers by Ezekies.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha. I think there was a bit of a correction. For Zano, I believe he was a Nash player. I think,
yeah, he was Nash.
Yeah,
that's right.
I know because he beat me for top 8. But at any rate, you know, we're not going to be biased today. I'm rooting for everybody equally. But yeah, we've got a really good character spread. I think that's one of the cooler things. We're at this really great point in Street Fighter V's life cycle where there are certainly still characters that are better than others. But everybody can kind of fight on this equal footing. And so you get to see these people that want to play characters they like. They don't want to just stick to top tiers. And they can make top 8s at a big event like this.
Right.
And we're seeing that even in Capcom Cup, you know, and the big deal. And I'm sure we'll see that next weekend for Red Bull Kumite.
Yeah. And a lot of that was formulated by I believe, a little bit of the balance of life that we had seen just earlier. And the introduction of the V-shift, V-break, in addition to the V-reversals.
Right, for sure. Yeah, and like I had mentioned just a second ago, you know, we were talking about the Red Bull Kumite event, and you just saw at the top of the broadcast, we did have a teaser trailer for it. And again, remind you guys, this is the first event for Red Bull Kumite that we will have in the States. Most of the time it's been over in in London or Paris. But this is going to be the first time the inaugural U.S. event, and we have Tekken, Street Fighter, and Guilty Gear. There's the last chance qualifier that's going to take place on Saturday, then the main event on Sunday. So keep your eyes up for that.
And there was a little bit of an incentive that if you do the sign-in pass for competition, which is about $35, you get an Astro headset.
Oh my, and what a deal.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like,
it
Astro's
really is.
super high quality, really great stuff. And they've also really been, for the past like 4 or 5 years now, a very consistent, strong supporter of the FGC. At any big event, they're always willing to partner.
And it is this weekend coming up. Those spots are going fast, so please sign up online. $35. You can play all of these fantastic games for one shot at the last chance qualifier, and then enjoy the show. It's going to be fantastic.
Yes. Yep, and then, of course, in Chicago, next year at the end of January, we have Frosty Faustings. Again, put on by Elvin Shadow. It is basically the mecca in the United States of anime fighting games, but they have everything there now. It's become such a big event, drawing thousands and thousands of attendees from all over the world, actually, that they include everything from Tekken, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, MK, Third Strike, Vampire Savior, whatever it's going to be, they have it there. And this is, you know, everybody missed out on it last year. This is a big event for all the anime fans. They love to congregate there to play their games. And again, COVID hit, didn't let us have that fun, unfortunately. But that is coming up. You know, there's big 24-hour venue, bunch of tournaments. Are you going, Kate?
I'm trying to.
Yep.
You know, and one thing for sure, Guilty Gear, the creator of Frosty Faustings, huge Guilty Gear fan, and named it after Faust, Dr. Faust.
That's
great.
His main character. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, Elvin Shadow. And then last but not least, we have Sector X coming up. That is I believe that's like the local, right? Yeah,
yes.
Go for Broke. That's like the weekly tournaments that they have.
In Cherry Hill.
Yep.
It's about 40 minutes away.
Okay.
It's run by our buddy here at Big E Gaming, Kyle.
Okay.
And it is a fantastic, you know, Melty Blood, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Tekken, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Possibly Winter Brawl may be held at Sector X.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be a great thing. It is right by our venue that we usually go to.
Yeah,
right over there.
Yeah, for sure.
So
The proximity is important. Convenience for everybody makes a lot of sense. But yes, Sector X, they've been helping out again, providing sponsorship providing sponsorship for these Big E tournaments.
Yep.
And that is, again, Go for Broke coming up. For those 5 games, again, Melty Blood, Street Fighter V, Guilty Gear, Tekken, and Marvel 3, so keep an eye out for that.
Awesome.
Ooh. Lastly, of course, you guys know it. Some might colloquially refer to it as the cheat box, but you guys know them as Hitbox. Another big supporter of the FGC now. They've been helping make more ergonomical, hand-friendly controllers for years. A lot of people really adopted them, perhaps seeing them as the optimal way to play.
Right.
And they're becoming much more available. They even have the cross up now, which also has the joystick attachment, so you can really optimize in just about any way you want. Seems to be very good for Tekken. That's what I hear.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. If you're used to playing on the keyboard, if you're used to playing video games, through your computer on the keyboard, and you're thinking about playing fighting games, check the Hitbox out. It's a great, literally crossover controller, and if you play on the arcade stick and you also are used to being a little bit more button heavy, try the cross up. I believe it's sold out already, but they're taking orders again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff by Hitbox.
So, again, we do have our top 8 here starting in just a minute. I'm not sure if the players are ready yet. I would assume so.
We are readying up right now. We are at NEC, Philadelphia, PA, and this is Nerd Street Gamers. And the awesome thing about this brand new facility is this is the first competition in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's run so well. It's been very comfortable, very accommodating.
Yes.
And it seems very state of the art. That's what it seems. There's a place kind of like this in Columbus. I'm from Ohio. And, but this is the bigger version, and it's been such a wonderful event all weekend. I've felt great.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic tournament so far, very spacious, lots of casual play, lots of areas for competition, various rooms in the back, and they are also going to be doing construction upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of room around here.
Wow.
And I'm sure, you can come in for casuals. You can rent this place out for birthday parties. And then I believe next week is going to be a Counter-Strike competition.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
So
yeah,
it'll be
and
cool.
that's a good thing for facilities like this too, because the FGC is still relatively niche, but it's good that you can offer a space for all competitive games. So I'm sure that will help keep the sustainability and everything like that. But we do have this first match coming up. It is going to be Kachik versus Ezekies, Gil versus Kage. This is going to be a very exciting match. Battle of DLC characters.
That's right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Kaye with a little bit of that smart, stubby range. And I'll tell you what, Ezekies is really taking advantage of, the parrying and everything. And I think he might give Kaye a little bit of a run for the money, especially, some of his longer ranges normals.
Right.
But we're just going to have to see. This is going to be an interesting matchup. I've never seen this matchup.
Yeah, this isn't one you see a lot. Between these two characters, I believe Kage is more stable. Yeah. Gil has some very strong strengths, but his weaknesses are pretty glaring. And on top of that, although the parry can work out great, it is a huge risk, because if you miss it, it leaves you in counter hit state. Exactly.
Absolutely.
But what'll be interesting to see is Ezekies loves to parry, like you were mentioning. We saw it a bunch yesterday. He calls himself the parry god.
Right.
And Kachik, what he's kind of known for is playing this, kind of shooting from the hip, a little wild style. So that might give him a lot of opportunities for these hard reads. This should be a very exciting match.
Yeah. And right now, right away, showing his dominance. Here we go.
Oh, man, the big shimmy.
Keeping that pressure all close to stun.
What a cross cut.
That was a great anti-air there by
Big jump in. Okay, no activation yet. There it is, off the block sweep, but he tried to take his turn back.
That's right.
Okay, he can make it
great
safe, but he wasn't able to punish.
Smart blocking here for Gil, keeping that pressure up. Oh, it's caught on the ice ball.
Okay, and now he's out of V-trigger. How's he going to make this comeback? This is hard for Kage.
Slightly out of range.
Gil zones him out better, has better long-range buttons, and then on top of that, Kage is just so stubby. Okay, tried to parry already, but didn't work out.
Okay, here we go, the comeback for Kaye. Tries to get the jump in. Nice check for Gil.
Okay, trying to jump in the stand. Medium kick as an anti-air. I really like that attempt, because one of the downsides of Gil as a character, his anti-airs seem to be a little suspect, specifically with his crouch fierce. It's not as good as Urian's, his brother, because it has a very vertical hitbox as opposed to good horizontal range.
Oh my goodness. Well, right now we're having Gil. He's going to be stuck in the corner a little bit there, and his stun is adding up. Great anti-air here for Gil to follow up. Straight to activation, and Kaye is frozen, and his stun bar is also frozen up.
Yes. Okay, just spacing him out there. Okay, that's going to be a confirm. Yep, and now he steps down the ice trap. Gets to play a little more defense here. He gets to basically dissuade. Okay, he's going to get stunned. Yep, that is all she wrote. Ooh, we're going to get a big combo. Nice.
Great.
And that is it.
Yeah, it closes it out with the critical art. You know, fantastic work there by Ezekies. Unbelievable. And, you know, just like you said, sometimes some of the wrong choices, just like the anti-air right there, can help change momentum so unbelievably quickly. You know, Kachik was starting to gain some of that momentum back right at that moment.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of had fallen apart. So we're taking a little bit of a moment there. You can see he's thinking about some of his options. There's nothing wrong with stopping on the character select screen for a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, think about what you want to do.
Oftentimes that can be the key to turning things around.
Right.
Taking just a couple, maybe not even a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe just 30 seconds to chill out at character select. Let yourself try and recollect your thoughts. Maybe even ice the opponent a little bit. Whatever it is to give yourself the advantage. As long as you're not breaking the rule, do it, you know? Yeah,
that's absolutely right. And sometimes it can help slow down their mental momentum. And in addition to that, I used to have some buddies that would even listen to music. And they would switch the music and, you know, things like that. But we are readying back up into the action right now.
Okay, so yeah, I have to wonder. Let's see, did we get a change? No, he was using V Trigger 2 or V Skill 2 before. So yeah, he's not changing anything. He just wanted a second. Now, I think about that first match. What was really beneficial for Ezekies was specifically the range where he was poking. He was finding a really good range to wall Kachik out.
Yes.
And Kage is a low health character, so we can't really take that.
There you go. There's that perfect range once again. Great stuff here.
Oh, he just got hit. I think Kachik tried to. I think he tried to interrupt, but it was just a long time. Okay, this hurts. Man, V Trigger 2, or V Skill 2, V Trigger 1, Kage hurts so much.
Here we go. V Trigger combo here. Just missed it for Gil.
Oh, he got the parry. He is dead. He's going to be able to get the Retribution combo and put him in the dirt. And now we have Parry Gods Ezekies on the verge of sending Kachik down to losers. Because this is it's not 3 out of 5 until winners.
That's right. So, oh man, great use of the air fireball there for Kaye. Gets the full 7-hit combo here. Forward throw.
Yes. Yep, the micro walk, that is the cheap stuff.
All right.
He's got stun right there. Okay, he's going to be able to kill here. This is going to hurt. Well, actually, is he going to spend the meter? Okay, he didn't have to. Never mind.
Awesome stuff. Third of life combo for Kachik. This is his first round.
Yeah.
He could be turning it around in his favor right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, this is kind of how he is as a player, you know. I run into him a lot in ranked, and he's like he's very momentum based. That's like what oh my gosh, speaking of momentum based, just dashing up, crouch spears, hitting it. Oh, he baited out the parry.
Fantastic use of movement there for the V trigger. Oh, and the comeback for Gil.
Yep.
A little bit of neutral play. Demon kick.
He
there you
should
go.
be able to kill, maybe. No. Oh, he tried to go for the Twitter flip. Okay, I like this. Go immediately into super. This is going to do a ton of damage, and then he's going to get the free activation on hit or block into V trigger. He can potentially close this out.
Oh, here we go. What's the comeback?
Called him out. He knew that Oki wasn't real. Very few characters in this game get real Oki after their super. That's kind of a way they try to balance it, right?
Yeah.
Kachik knew, and he took his opportunity to throw out that crouching medium punch afterwards. Ezekies wasn't expecting. He was a little too greedy.
And one of the big momentum changers also was Ezekies threw out a parry, and that was it. Kaye was ready, punished it, got the big damage. There was a little bit of a conversion there, and then he just kept up. You know, that's one thing you really have to say. Like we were saying, take your time at that character select, gather your thoughts, and you'll never know what's going to happen.
Okay, no buffer off the stand heavy punch there for Kage. All right, does get the target combo into the V skill. He's close to building V trigger already. Maybe, you know, only a couple more hits away.
Great jump in combo here. 4 hits, a fourth of Gil's life on.
Right back at ya, building up another
man,
bar
keeping
meter.
that pressure.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And that is twice he's hit him with the EX overhead. Ezekies is going to have to be careful of that. He has to pay attention.
All right, now this is match point here for Kachik.
Yeah. Yeah, what a turnaround, because that first game for Ezekies was huge. And, you know, it is those parries. They're getting him killed.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool to have that style. It's good to have that style. Take it from me. I'm V-Skill 2 V-Trigger to Akuma. But you have to have that solid fundamental base before you can build into that style.
Well, right now we are roughly the same amount of life for both players, and stun bar is frozen. Oh, here you go.
And he got so lucky. Look at this damage. Gets the follow up with the heavy DP. Already taking him nearly the other side. Is it going to micro walk? Okay, nope.
Yep, great use of that V-Trigger. Projectiles on the screen, the EX.
He bet it all on the up fireball.
Oh, man. That was a rough 50-50 there, and Kachik, he takes it.
Yeah, he takes it. And you know
great.
what? I'm going to actually take a moment here to talk about a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of spiciness.
Yeah.
So, the past few weeks, people have been kind of memeing on Kachik on Twitter. Because he does, when he plays, he likes to play a little from the hip, a little off the cuff, a little unorthodox. And some people, you know, they want to call that random. They want to call it, you know, crazy play, whatever, doesn't make any sense. And basically ascribe to him that he's only an online player. But now, he's at an offline event.
Right.
With solid players.
Exactly. And he's
top
doing
8, just made it to winners finals.
Yes.
And
that's
so,
right.
you know, this is one of those opportunities where he is, you know, putting his money where his mouth is.
Right.
And kind of silencing some of the people who doubted him.
Absolutely.
I absolutely have to give him props for showing up here at this offline event and doing work. And now he's sitting in winners finals looking good.
Yeah, and you know, one thing too, you don't see that many Kaye players.
No.
I'm happy just to see Kachik doing it.
Yes.
And he's showcasing what this character can do, which really, when they made him, I think they said, you know what? We have Akuma.
Yep.
He's great. Full range, you know, you can do the full longer range fireballs, the more long range teleports, things like that. I believe that Kaye is a little bit of half of that.
Sure, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
but he has more options with the teleports.
Yes.
And you know what? Great. He's showing us this fantastic movement. You know, so let's see how far he can go. And that's it. You know, winners finals for him. Congratulations.
Yes.
Oh boy, here we go. This is a heavy hitters match.
This is
my
a very
gosh.
heavy hitter match. So, we have Metro M versus Smug. You know, what's interesting about this, right, is thinking back to last year, Metro M entered one of the East Coast qualifying events for CPT. Did very well.
Right.
Again, kind of known, I won't say known, but people, when they think of Metro M, a lot of people run into him in ranked. He does very well in online tournaments, whether it's the online local, NLBC, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people, again, have this opinion of him that like maybe he's not quite as good offline, but he's showing it here. You know, he got second at that CPT event.
Yes.
There's a lot of controversy around it because his connection's kind of iffy, whatever.
But he has been proving himself the whole way through. He proved himself extremely well at Summer Jam.
Yes.
And you know what? Here he is in top 8 winners side. And I'll tell you what, he's going to be playing against Smug, who is
world class.
Yeah, right. Extremely formidable. So let's see. Oh boy, what are we going to have here?
Okay, it is. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. It's going to be Vega versus G. Now, I do think Balrog could do just fine in this matchup, but G is just so much more potent when he knocks you down.
Yeah.
With that command grab possibility and the way he can lock you down, and the damage output is just so much higher.
All right. Oh, great. That was a good air-to-air possibility there.
Yeah, just good awareness from Smug already to just not even just stand there, just show him I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
Oh, he dropped the combo. Just slightly wrong range there to get the follow-up.
That's right. Gets the wall juggle combo. Big damage here.
Oh, and there's the command grab already right off the bat. Puts him in the corner. He's not quite dead, but he is at guess for gain.
And that stun is adding up. The life is going down. Oh, another command grab.
Acting like you're not going to get command grab. Smug adding another clip to his highlight reel, taking that first round in convincing fashion. And that is showing the absolute divide in their class between G and Vega. And Vega is a very formidable character now, but G is just something else.
Great slice combo. Keeping the pressure up on G in the corner.
Oh, yep, there it is. That super deadly buffer off the lights. One of G's strongest suits. He's going to get the follow-up. He is just ready. Look at these reads.
Man, Stun City here.
Woo.
Keeping that pressure up. Now, Vega does have access to a full feed trigger and critical art. Metro can bring this back. Oh, here we go. The reversal. Oh,
is he dead?
Man,
okay, he couldn't follow it up. Okay, there's the activation. He's got to hold all this. How is he going to get out?
That's right. Presidential power is rolling. Unbelievable. This man, the chip damage was wild. When that presidential power goes with Smug, he needs impeached. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, get this man, please.
Get Congress on this. He is doing illegal activities.
That's right. We got to veto this.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, we got a little bit of a trade with the Meteor there.
Okay, he seems to be finding a better range here, and he's definitely more buttonsy. Before, he was letting Smug impose his will a little bit more often, but now we're seeing Vega be a little more active, but is it going to be to his detriment?
Yeah, very aggressive play here for G, trying to keep the pressure up on Vega, going for those jump-ins.
And more importantly, too, he's really finding the right range to jump in, because Vega has very specific situational anti-airs, and Smug is aware of where he can get in for free and not have to worry about the down fierce and stand medium, or stand light pick, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's it. Rush punch into activation. Huge damage here.
And corner carry.
Gee, this is the command grab. Oh, my goodness.
He can kill.
This is it.
Okay, I think he could have gotten away with not spending meter, but he wanted to finish the job anyways. He's close to building another bar back, and he'll be meter even with Smug. So it's not a bad trade-off at all.
Awesome way to close out the round. First round for Metro M.
All right.
Ooh,
okay, nice air-to-air, backs up.
Oh, man,
he got
splat
caught
on the cross-up.
Yeah, I think he wanted to try and walk underneath further away, but the cross-up screwed him up. Oh, what a call-out. Okay, got to be able to get more presidentiality, a good chunk of damage, and then super good Oki afterwards. What's it going to be? Are we going to see another command grab?
That is the third of life gone. Command grab City. What's the follow-up with a spin kick? Okay, we are now tied. Smug sitting on match point here, possibly for winners finals.
Yeah, Metro M is fighting for his life here. Caught already with that toward medium punch. Oh my gosh, look at the rush down here from Smug. Okay, I actually don't mind this. I think this is fine. Get a good life lead here, and then go back to neutral where you can beat G.
Here we go, and G taking a little bit of picking away damage here, and that adds up over time. Smug is down to about 40% health.
Yeah.
But he does sit on full everything.
Yes, this is where the party starts. Is Smug gonna twerk on him? Okay, the command grab.
All right, what's the mix-up gonna be?
After this sequence, he is one guess away from dying.
Oh, goes for the low?
He's dead. Yep.
Oh, stun. Here we are.
Yep, he has full critical art. This is gonna be into super, light it up.
Critical art, and that is it. Smug going to winners finals.
Quick 2-0.
Kachik.
Yep.
So,
yeah, Metro M is not out. That was winners, so he'll have the opportunity to redeem himself down in losers bracket, but that means he needs to play twice as many matches if he wants that rematch against Smug. He did not play poorly, but that's just a testament to how good Smug is.
Right.
He is the type of player where even if you're a high level player, he is strong enough that he can make it look kind of free.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. If you know the nuances of the game and watching that, you could tell that like it was not free. It was not quote unquote free, but he was able to dissect that in such a way that his strategy was very clearly the winning strategy.
Yeah, and one thing you really have to say, G surprisingly also has extremely long-ranging normals. They can rival Vegas when he has the claw off.
Sure, yeah.
So there was a little bit of neutral play there where Smug was capitalizing off of some of the fishing.
Right.
He was capitalizing off of some of the trades that were going back and forth. And I'll tell you what, he's got more power behind him.
Of course, yeah, the damage disparity is huge.
Take a look at this bracket.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So again, we already know we do have Kachik and Smug in winners finals. But then we have losers 8s to play through to figure out who's going to play in losers quarters. So coming up, we have Mylin versus Spaceboy.
That's right.
Ludovic versus Zano. Now, Zano is the surprise site here. Everybody else are names that people are familiar with, very strong players. But Zano was somebody I had never heard of before. And like I was saying yesterday, or like I was saying at the top of the broadcast, excuse me, he actually eliminated me at 9th from getting top 8. We were playing in casuals beforehand, and he definitely seems strong, but I was getting the upper hand. But apparently when it came to tournament play, he really brought his A game, and now he is sitting here as the only Nash in top 8.
Right.
Basically, actually, I think he was the only Nash in the tournament.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? We were just saying, quality of life balances, when the patch went through, when they changed Cammy up a little bit, they looked at the V-triggers that weren't utilized as much, and they looked at some of the characters and said, you know what? Let's even out the playing board a little bit more. And Nash, not as strong as Season 1 Nash.
Of course.
But he can hold
significantly
his own.
better.
Yeah, significantly better.
One of the really big changes for him was the change to that his stand light kick. It's actually 3 frames now. So on defense, he has a lot more of a fighting opportunity. And for a character that doesn't have a real reversal, you know, both his V's V reversal and V trigger, the teleport one, they can both be thrown on startup.
Right.
So you know, he can really struggle and feel pinned down. But that wake up 3 frame light makes such a huge difference for him. Also opens some new combo opportunities. So like you were saying, he can really hold his own.
Yeah. You know, and that helps with the mix-ups and everything. But we are going to see here Mylin using Sakura and Space.
No, not.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got
Laura.
flipped.
Using Laura and Spaceboy using Sakura. And, you know, we're going to have to see here, of course, Laura with those heavy mix-ups and Oki setups, and a great quality of life update also for Sakura to her Dragon Punch goes further out.
Yes.
Into the screen a little bit more. She can catch you off guard with that.
Right.
Combos that would have originally juggled a little out of control.
Yeah.
She can keep them going. You know, so let's see who's going to take it.
Yeah, this is actually an East Coast classic. If you watch any online events, whether it's NLBC, the online local, you know, CASA, whatever it is, you see these two fight a lot. Two of the best on the East Coast. And I do think, just matchup-wise, I would believe this is in Sakura's favor. She outranges Laura, and the damage output is like kind of similar. But we will see if, okay, there is a big call-out already backdashing that. He knows his tendencies.
Great, a little bit of neutral play here by both characters. Fishing for some of those longer ranging normals.
So important. And that already right there is a matchup check.
That's it. That's standing forward, man. It reaches out there. It'll catch you. When you think she's just too far.
Hey, checking with those lights. Blocks it, but gets caught for the throw. Doesn't even get the stun. But he does take that first round at, you know, 70% life. Yeah, it was a very, very solid round for Spaceboy.
Oh, get the caught on the startup of that fireball for Laura.
Oh, the down medium punch buffer. That is such a good benefit here, especially with Laura trying to use whether it's crouching medium kick or stand medium kick. She really likes to throw those out in neutral, but Spaceboy was ready. He knows the matchup.
Goes for that forward throw. Trying to get the jump in.
Oh, man. He smells blood in the water, you can tell.
Hey, Mylin fighting back.
He challenged. Oh my gosh, he's dead.
Yeah, that is it. There you go. Enhanced uppercut there for Sakura.
Two very fast rounds.
Yeah.
That whole match took maybe a minute.
Right.
It was very fast.
And you know, the amazing thing was, it was Spaceboy checking Laura the whole time.
Yes.
Fishing.
You're exactly right.
You know, stopping the startups on things, able to just be just out of range of that, you know, whiffed command grab. So let's see. Mylin might try to possibly get some more of the confirms, maybe get some more of the surprise attacks, because somehow Spaceboy is reading.
We're going to see them change to poison.
Yep. Oh, here we go.
I thought that might happen.
Yeah.
And now this matchup, I think, is... I think Sakura doesn't get mauled here, but I do think this matchup is way harder. because so what she really likes to rely on is that stand light kick to buffer in neutral into the uppercut. But she can't really do that as well against Poison because Poison outranges her so far. Yeah. And it's like, so maybe you will hit the hitbox, or the hurtbox, excuse me, of, you know, crouch heavy punch or something, but you're so far away. If you're accidentally buffering, you're getting punished for it.
That's right. You know, that whip really does a lot of work, and the chip damage with it. But man, you know
look at this.
Spaceboy has this matchup down. He goes, you know what? I'm just going to try to pick you away with these fireballs.
And then he gets to walk half screen after that charged fireball into plus frames, into a conversion. Now he's working on a 50% likely, and that's a trade, but who cares? He's still sitting pretty.
Yeah, we have Sakura here at about 90% health. Poison down to about 50%. Yeah, huge jump in damage.
Keep her in the corner. He still has a bar to work with here, so the right confirm he can win. Oh, that was actually an unfortunate V-trigger activation there. Okay.
Poison being very patient right now. She's at about 10%.
And Spaceboy is just so content to throw these fireballs, and that's something you cannot do against Sakura. Her EXDP goes so far.
And that's it. We have the magic pixel, but you don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen right now. Sakura does not have access to her critical art. Oh, man, the great anti-air with the Dragon Punch. Fantastic stuff. Now Spaceboy sitting on match point, and Mylin might be going home.
Oh my god, already. And that is the struggle of Poison, right? She is a very strong character, I think probably top 5. But the big thing with her is you have to know when you're going to press because her buttons are so committal.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, there's the activation. I like the early activation here. You know, you got roughly 50% life left. This means if you can use your V-trigger quick, you'll likely get another one. Nice.
Okay, great. Picking away at Sakura a little bit. I'm loving. You know, the speed is slow, but man, these hits all add up over time. Sakura trying to find her way in, giving a little bit of pressure. Nice anti-air here for Mylin.
Good V-shift.
Here we go.
Oh, that is such a good trade. And just out of range, he knew Spaceboy was so confident.
Here we go, chicken wing.
Yes.
Unbelievable. There we go, Mylin getting the action back on his side. Let's go.
He's slowly taking this back. This looked like it was going to be a sure win for Spaceboy.
Oh my goodness.
And there it is.
Wow.
He's just at the perfect range. He knew exactly where he needed to be to space out those flip kicks. He knew.
Right.
And you know what? Honestly, I guess it makes sense because on the East Coast, you're fighting either Mylin Poison or Idom Poison.
Right.
So it's like I'm sure he knows that matchup in and out.
Absolutely. And, you know, it was one of those things that was so unbelievably crazy. I think Mylin, if he would have picked Poison maybe to begin with.
Yeah, I think it could have maybe been different because he definitely fought better.
Right. And possibly you could tell as the match was going on, he started to feel stronger and be more aggressive. And maybe to start right out the gate with that, that last round was extremely good. But that was it. Spaceboy, you know, knew the proper distances.
Yes.
It was a little bit of a setup there for the EX chicken wing for the uppercut to help cut out on Poison.
Yeah.
And that was it. Spaceboy took it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and you know, he if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure he got put into losers pretty early yesterday. I think that's the case.
For Spaceboy?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, he lost to Ezekies.
Oh, Ezekies, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so...
But yeah, so he has made a very strong losers run here. And again, just really solidifying that he is like, I think he is the premier Sakura here on the East Coast. There is still Chris CCH on the West Coast, so I wouldn't say in the country.
Right.
But on the East Coast, he is the best, hands down.
Yes. Unbelievable. You know, and you can really see it in the amount of positioning that he was. He knew to stay far away, throwing the plasma.
Right.
And he had just the right spacing for those uppercuts.
Yeah.
So it was great.
I think that was one of the things you touched on there, Kate, was the spacing for the uppercuts. That's something that is the sign of a good Shoto player.
Yeah.
You play at the range where your opponent isn't quite sure where, like if you throw a fireball, can I jump over this in time?
Right. Yes, that's
But you space
exactly
it just right that
Yep.
you can buffer that uppercut almost as a built-in OS, and then just anti-air them for free, and then suddenly they have to second guess it. You get to throw more fireballs. He did very, very well.
Yeah.
I'm excited to keep watching him in bracket.
Right now, coming up, we are going to have Lud versus Zano.
Yes. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. So one of the surprise matches yesterday was watching I think it was in pools, watching Ludovic versus Gimp. Gimp was a very strong boxer player we had here.
Right.
Also did very well in Guilty Gear and I think maybe one other game. But very, very strong. And he actually upset Lud, like pretty convincingly. He beat him, I think it was 2-0. And now, I do think Boxer does well in that matchup, especially with the changes he has seen over the past couple seasons. But nevertheless, you know, footsie characters do well against Rushdown, but also Ludovic is like probably the best Chun in the country at this point.
Yes, definitely.
Now that Ricky Ortiz doesn't play as often. And I'd never heard of Gimp, so to see this upset was huge.
Yeah.
But Lud was able to claw his way back through losers and make top 8 here. I think probably going to reset here. They don't want to play on this stage.
Yes.
Yeah. Stage is known to be kind of laggy or whatever, but that's fine. We'll just reset to another one. But it'll be interesting to see if Zano is prepared for Ludovic.
Right.
Again, fighting Zano yesterday, he is a very strong player, but I'm not sure if he's on that level. You know, I'm not sure if it's there, but it could very well be a surprise. And, you know, you don't see Nash a lot, so there's a possibility for a little bit of matchup unfamiliarity, especially with the changes over the past couple seasons that have helped Nash out.
Yeah, we're going to have to see, you know, especially an update to the Sabat kick. Got a little bit of a boost there, and maybe Zano will know how to capitalize against Lud's fantastic Chun-Li as we start off.
Oh, we are at a much prettier locale. I love this stage. Oh my gosh. Yes, Lud knows. That's so genius. That is how he's going to fight the Sobat. Back fierce.
Yep.
Back heavy punch is so good.
And here we go. Bullet clear going right away.
Yeah, getting out of there. I like that. Using it to escape the corner. Chun does get a lot of mileage out of the corner. But you're still not out of the woods yet because you know, Chun-Li has such good neutral. Okay.
Lud really keeping the pressure on.
He dropped
right now.
Ton of damage. Put her back in the corner. I love that. Steal the meter from her.
That is it.
Ooh, and that's a buff too. Use that the better frame advantage. Okay. He's playing well. This is still a tall order, but he's playing well.
Great neutral play here by both characters, slowing the pace down a little bit, and Nash being a little bit more cautious with the life deficit right now against Chun-Li. Also, trying to keep a little bit further away because there you go, you know, that roundhouse and her fierce is so incredibly long-ranging. We don't want to get worked into the corner. Oh, great check for Lud.
Yeah. Oh, man. And now Zano does also have to worry about getting chipped out at some point.
Oh, dangerous spot here for Nash right now. 21 seconds left on the clock. Chun-Li sitting on almost full meters
Really
for
close.
both.
Okay, there it is. Are we going to see the chip? Will Lud can commit to it? Oh, he tried to slide underneath. Now, he might not have to. What are you going to do? Oh, the toward medium punch.
Yeah.
Such a good long-range poke.
It is extremely fast. Can be hard to react to. Great stuff for Lud.
And now, you got to be careful throwing those fireballs. Lud has incredible reactions, and he will absolutely super through those.
Oh,
nice.
Here we go. Great 3 hits here. Goes for the forward throw.
Close to building a full V-trigger, too, with only about 30% life gone.
A little bit of neutral play here by both characters.
Oh, wow. What a
Nice
buffer off
confirm.
that stand medium punch.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, dashing in, stealing his turn back. Even though it's not as good as it used to be, you know, still very, very quick dash. Good range.
Oh, shimmy into forward throw.
Yeah. And now he has one hit confirm away. Oh, he dropped it. But no quick rise he could have punished.
Very patient play here for Nash, trying to find
He's dead.
Yeah, that's it. Trying to find a way in, but that is it. Confirm into critical arts. Going to close it out
Yep.
for Lud.
That is one of the big benefits of one of the big benefits of that V-Trigger 2 for Chun-Li, suddenly her pokes become so much more deadly because a single one can lead into the Kokosho. And on block, it's safe. On hit, it gets you big juggle points. Very, very strong.
And, you know, if you get full Kokosho, it's going to lead to a guard break. Fantastic stuff. Oh, great slide underneath the
And that
Sonic
slide
Boom.
was late. It was so smart. He's 2 steps ahead of the game. Lud is such a strong player.
Crush.
Big crush. Yep, right there against the Sobot kick. He's letting him know you cannot get away with that for free.
Okay, here we go. Mix-up combo here for Nash, taking away a 4th life.
Oh, no,
Chun.
that is brutal. Okay, yep, there's the EX legs follow-up. All right, doesn't get crush countered.
Goes
oh,
for
he
reversal,
tried.
but keeping that pressure up. Blood. A little bit of trade on the fireball.
Oh, that was so weird. Chun-Li's wonky hitbox when she slides.
Okay, Roundhouse is going to put Lud into match point against Zano. Now, Zano doesn't turn it around and at least get a couple of rounds here. He's going to be going home.
Okay, I really like this approach. Yeah, those trades are fine. Oh, he called out. He knew the dash was coming.
That's it. Closes it out with a spinning bird kick. Nice anti-air for Lud. Cross under.
Okay, man, and that stun is mounting. It is right there. Good throw break, but he's still not out of the woods yet. Oh, I love the punish. Okay. Double dash.
Oh, wake up spinning bird kick.
Oh, that's punishable. And full punish, too. Max punish. Good awareness from Lud to know that he could get that.
Signs of life here from Nash.
Okay. Oh, he's dead. Yes. There it is. And we didn't see that earlier. There was an opportunity. He got the counter hit off the towards medium punch, and there was no link into the EX legs. But that time he had it when he needed it most, took the round, and he eliminates Zano from the tournament, moving on.
That is it. And Lud is going to be moving forward further into losers in our top 8. And that is it. You know, a strong play of Nash by Zano.
Yes.
I believe Chun-Li's longer ranging moves, you know, she knew when to capitalize underneath those projectiles. You know, she would slide. You know, she was getting a lot of checks off of the crouching medium kick into lightning legs, crouching medium kick into, or crouching jab into spinning bird kick. So, you know, Lud was playing solid.
Yes.
But he wasn't going full momentum crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's something when I think about Lud as a player, and I guess Chun-Li players in general, but Lud specifically, when I think about him, I think of somebody who really studies the game and knows matchups. And so he has this very measured approach where he doesn't overextend a lot. He knows when to ramp it up. And that's part of the reason why he's so strong.
Yes.
So we do have our, like we mentioned earlier, winner's final is decided. That's going to be Kachik versus Smug. But we're not going, actually, we might be doing that. Probably do that next and then go to Losers Quarters. And Losers Quarters, we have Perry God's Ezekies versus Spaceboy. And then Metro M versus THG Ludovic.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see. You know, we're going to see especially Metro M versus Lud is going to be one of those super turbo.
Yeah, throwback.
Even the anime, the Street Fighter animated series, that's it. Where is the towel, Chun-Li? Come on now. Guile behind the wheel.
She's got to throw a couch at him.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, my goodness. But right now, we are going to see, it's going to be Spaceboy.
Versus Ezekies.
Yes, right. Versus Ezekies. And this is going to be a crazy one. Sakura versus Gil.
Now, Spaceboy does also have an Akira, but I don't think he has to bring that out. Sakura does just fine against Gil, because although Gil has very strong zoning, but his limbs are like weird. It kind of reminds me of like Kage a little bit. Like some stuff that like can surprisingly counter poke well, but still kind of stubby overall. And Sakura has that stand light kick that is, I swear she might as well be 8 feet tall with how far it reaches.
Yeah.
And that's just really going to help him space him out. And then on top of that, being able to mix up the fireball timings is going to dissuade the parry attempts.
Yes.
So I think a player like Ezekies is going to have a hard time here, but maybe he'll be able to dig deep and really, turn it up and show that he knows how to fight this.
That's right. I'm thinking, especially the parrying for Ezekies, he's probably going to have to. Yep, there we go. Be careful with that. Oh, great trade on the jump in.
He tried again. Look at how much damage he's already taken just because of 2 missed parries.
Oh.
That dash under with the V-skill was so good. He tried again.
Yep. Here we go. Activation. Tries to get the jump in. Nice blocking here for Spaceboy. Just out of range for the V-trigger.
Oh, no. Perfect jump in. Going to be able to close it out here.
Fantastic.
End it with the Shoryuken. And a very, very convincing round for Spaceboy there. You can tell he knows, knows how to fight Ezekies. I imagine they play a lot.
Great check into uppercut here for Sakura.
Okay, there's a good chunk of damage and does have corner control here, but is it going to be enough?
Gil keeping himself in the perfect range, trying to zone Sakura out a little bit. Raw activation for Sakura.
Oh, wow. Really perfect space here.
There you go. The parry gets punished once again. Oh, man, and the throw whiff, but no punish after that.
But there, he wasn't aware. You have to be cognizant of those enhanced fireballs when Sakura's in V-trigger. And then, speaking of fireballs, it's not a real block strength. And the empty jump throw.
Yeah. Back throw's going to do it. Spaceboy gets that first round. I keep thinking a lot of this could be solved with maybe a lot less parrying. Just for right now.
Yeah,
right?
So here's the thing, right? It's like, I was talking about this earlier in his match. You absolutely should play with your style.
Right.
That's what helps you enjoy the game more. That's how you define yourself as a player and learn your strengths and weaknesses. But conversely, if you're going to be competitive, you have to have a certain amount of fundamental strength and a fundamental base where you have this character strategy down.
Yeah.
And then you can start just kind of accommodating your own style.
Right.
And right now he's trying a little too hard to rely on the parries to hopefully tilt Spaceboy or whatever, but most of them haven't even landed, and it's been to his detriment to the tune of 70% damage overall.
Right, huge amounts of damage in Sakura's favor, but in my opinion, also at this level, a parry should be something that really surprises you and throws you off. So maybe one round, possibly. But here you go, strong jump-in combo here for Sakura. Close range projectile usage a little bit.
Okay, and we can see he has gone back to more of a poke approach. And he's willing to. Oh, okay,
this is big. What's that damage?
Big punish.
Got to launch.
Nice.
Fantastic 6 hits here for Gil.
Okay, this is another one.
Oh, here we go. Come on now.
Just out of range.
There you go. There we go. Surprise.
Yes. Yeah, that EX. Oh my gosh, he gets the punish because of the freeze from the V-trigger activation.
Oh, man.
Is he dead? I think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Wow.
Look at the damage.
That was a fantastic combo there for Spaceboy. Unbelievable stuff. Fantastically done. And this is going to be match points for Spaceboy.
Yeah. Oh, man, he parried 3 times. You got to be careful. Spaceboy's going to notice that. He's going to trip you up next time. Oh, wow, good counter poke, yeah. Buffering. Oh,
Here we go.
Here we go.
Awesome stuff here by Ezekies.
Oh man, just getting caught. Little bit of damage, but more importantly, there's the V-trigger activation here, and this is putting him right almost at stun. The next combo will do it.
And that is it. Super aggressive play by Sakura, but she's going to get frozen.
All right, yep, just block it out.
Keeping that projectile pressure going. It is anybody's game right now. Oh, that's it. Back throw.
No. Oh, okay. He calls it out. Nice. Now, see, I would have liked to have seen the EX5. Oh, he is going to be able to kill. What a conversion with the retribution. He knew.
Here we go. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff by Ezekies. Gets his first round on the board. And you know what? I think keeping the parries a little bit more mixed up has really helped him right now. But one thing that was the detriment, those uppercuts by Spaceboy.
Yeah, there were a few errant buffers where he thought he might be at the right range, and that's the problem with buffering, right? If your opponent happens to walk and block into them, and you're already buffering that
committed.
special, exactly.
Right.
And that is something that you can take advantage of. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Fantastic job. Goes into activation.
Oh, perfect V-shift.
That was good shifting. Unbelievable stuff here for Sakura.
But honestly, that's not like a loss for Ezekies, because now that means that Spaceboy is less likely to get V-trigger. Now, he does have it active here, but you know, it's a little bit later than he probably would have liked.
Keeping that pressure up with the fireballs. Both characters roughly same amount of life right now.
Oh man, but the space. Okay, dash up. That's like the first time he's dashed up to throw. Oh, what a conversion!
Great juggle.
Oh no, the back throw, not like this. And the down jab wasn't enough. Okay, the V-reversal doesn't get a knockdown. Parries that, and he does have V-trigger active. I love that raw activation. Just get your space back, make him respect you. And now look at the time. But he keeps throwing out all these limbs. Oh, not like this.
He's afraid to jump in for the uppercut.
Yes, he's got to watch out for the jump in. Oh, that was such a cool attempt.
19 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, he's just out of range.
Oh,
he had the right idea,
that was
but the heavy kick lariat didn't go far enough.
Fantastic final round by both players. That was truly fantastic.
That was exciting.
It really
that last
was.
round.
That was so good. You know, fantastic use of everything that Sakura has, and of course, you know, fantastic use of Gil by Ezekies. He is going to be heading home, but man, I'll tell you what, Spaceboy had just the right idea. I'm going to stay back just far enough, keep those projectiles going. If Gil tries to jump in, I am going to uppercut. And Gil did not have access to an EX bar, so he couldn't EX drop kick knee.
Right.
You know, it was a very tough spot for Gil. And then when he accessed his V-trigger, the ice was too far away.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
so.
and there were a couple times too, he tried, you know, he noticed the Spaceboy was very committed to the idea of zoning, throwing those fireballs, right? And there were a couple times he tried to use the Ice of Doom, like the long spear.
Right.
But it starts up so slow that he got hit out of it twice.
Yeah.
And suddenly he only had barely anything of a life lead, and then that last fireball closed it out. So I think I would have liked to have seen from him, you know, try it the one time, and after it doesn't work, just sit back.
Yes.
You know, because the chip damage from those, you can either neutral jump them, or just like absorb the chip damage, or maybe even parry.
Yeah.
You know, from far away, you don't really have to worry about it quite as much.
Right.
But I think just the stress of the situation, you got a little flustered and maybe tunnel vision on one specific idea, and it just led to his downfall, unfortunately. But very exciting match.
It really was. I think that was definitely one of the most exciting matches here at NEC by Big E Gaming, and we're at the brand new Nerd Street Gamers facility building.
Such a cool place.
It is really awesome, and of course, once again, shout outs to Red Bull, Red Bull Kumite. This weekend coming up just in a couple of days.
And you said
Caesar's
you're going,
Palace,
right?
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
It's going to be in Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas. It'll be a really good time. If anybody happens to, you know, get a cheap plane ticket or be in the area to drive over, check it out.
Yeah, go check it out.
It'll be unbelievable.
You know, that's something, that is definitely an event I've always wanted to go to, any of the Red Bull Kumites.
Yes.
And again, very jealous of anybody that gets to go this coming weekend. But I'm definitely going to try and go next year. But like, even if you've never been, you know, watching it, it's a spectacle.
Right.
That's what they want to put on. They want to put on a one-of-a-kind show for the FGC, and they do that every time. So now that it's finally going to be in the U.S., I'm sure it's going to be nothing short of special. There are 2 other games added with the best players from around the world.
Yes.
It will be a wonderful, wonderful event.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic. Fantastic Street Fighter.
Speaking of which, we have none other than Metro M versus Ludovic. Both these players fighting for their lives in the losers bracket. Now, Ludovic did start out in losers, while as Metro M started out in winners. But again, these two run into each other a lot, whether it's online tournaments, whether it's just in ranked, whatever it is. They I wouldn't say they train together, but they do play each other a lot, you know, for a lot of sparring practice. So I'm sure they are both very aware of each other's tendencies.
Yes.
And between these two, you know, this is going to be the battle of the slides.
It is. Yeah, you're right.
What's interesting, right, is because, you know, Chun-Li likes to use that for space control, and especially against kind of mid-range pokes, she can slide under at certain ranges. But Metro M is known for being a little, you know, fast and loose with his slides, you know, trying to get the crush counter, et cetera, et cetera. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a bunch of them throughout this set.
That's right. And, you know, of course, Summer Jam, just a few months ago, we had both of these players in top 8 again. So who is going to make it further into losers and who's going to be heading home? And right now, we're pretty even.
Oh, yep, ran right into that V-skill. And that is something that will help out in this matchup, but it does start up very slow, so Vega can't rely on it the entire time. Okay,
a little bit of a trade going here. Yeah. Chun-Li's life down about 50%.
Oh, he tried again.
Yeah,
too
catches
slow.
the beginning of that V-trigger, or V-skill. Now, Lud does have access to a V-trigger bar right now, trying to capitalize, but no fishing going here. Lots of pokes for Vega.
I like that slide. Or not the slide, excuse me, the roll, the EX rolling Crystal Flash to get through the Fireball. Oh, she's dead! What a good confirm there from Metro M. Absolutely recognizing that hit, being able to close it out there with the V-trigger. First round goes to him.
Vega poking once again. Blood?
Yeah, very
really
patient.
Trying to be patient. Yeah, goes for the roundhouse.
And that is one of the difficulties when fighting Vega. You have to figure out how can you approach, how can you get your damage, because he outranges you in every way.
Right. Chun-Li slowly forcing Vega into the corner a little bit. Vega trying to get the jump in.
Wow, jumping in again. Okay, good confirm there off the counter hit crouch medium kick. And now solid life lead there for Ludovic. Looking to be his round unless Metro M can get a lucky draw.
Right,
he does have all the meter in the world.
Great slice there, but it is blocked. Now each of those slices takes a little bit of a chip of damage away. That will add up over time.
But is it going to be enough? Okay, there he gets a couple jabs.
Lud being very patient, goes for the connection on the EX Lightning Legs. Wow, crouching medium to Lightning Legs again. Pixel life for Vega.
He screws up.
Trade.
Yeah. I don't mind the attempt there, right? He had that opportunity. He knew the momentum was there, and if he could have landed that jumping combo, he could have made it guess for game. You know, it could have been whatever combo into super, and then Vega does get Oki off that. But Ludovic was very, very ready, knew that he could just kind of mash in the scramble and get it to be his benefit. Oh, no punish, though.
Just misses the crush counter on the roundhouse. A little bit of neutral play by both characters right now. Nobody wants to commit too incredibly much because of the amount of damage each one would occur.
Okay, nice. Good stand fierce. Oh, Bat just out of range there.
Yeah, the throw.
See Metro M swiping with that claw, trying to keep Chun-Li at bay. Okay, that's a good chunk of damage, using the V-skill to build up a V-gauge.
Now, Vega does have access to full V-trigger and critical art. And there you go. You know, the slide can put you in a negative so incredibly much, but right now, Lud is ready to go. Oh, that's the
stand roundhouse. Such long range.
Unbelievable.
One of the better poke buttons in the game.
And Metro does have another chance to figure out how to bring this back against Lud.
Yeah.
You know, and really, you know, we were speaking a little bit earlier. Those two slides. Lud was able to capitalize off those two slides. I thought Metro was doing fantastically without even using it.
Yeah.
You know?
But, you know, what's tough, right, is the mental stack where you're getting frustrated by your opponent's options, whether they're throwing fireballs, whether they're poking you out, whatever it is. And you want that knockdown. You think to yourself, if I could just get my offense going, I can do this. I need that chance. And so you go for a big risk option like that, but that's playing right into your opponent's hands, so you have to match that patience.
It's a giant risk, a 50-50. You could get it, you could lose it. A little bit of trade on the jump in there.
And yeah, just harassing with that stand roundhouse. Such a strong tool in Chun-Li's arsenal.
Oh, here we go with the neck breaker.
Yeah.
Now both of these characters roughly 60% of life on each side, and this is a very patient fishing zoning match here. And you know what? For people that say, oh, this isn't, you know, high quality, intensive Street Fighter, in my opinion, this is the most difficult Street Fighter to play.
I think so too.
Yeah, because you're really picking and choosing. You have to know your ranges. You have to know your buttons.
Yeah, and it's so volatile, right? The game,
right?
You know, you can lose in a couple instances, and really high damage output.
Yeah, and not only is your opponent against you, but also the timer. We're down to about 15 seconds here. Oh man, activation of Kokosho into
that's
the critical art.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, there with the activation off of the legs, that was the only route that that Lud could get to kill.
Yeah.
You know, if it could have been a different thing, he could have saved his meter. But a win is a win on that round, and now he is on the verge of eliminating Metro.
Right.
From does take off the shirt.
Yeah. You got a little bit more traditional Vega look here. Here we go. Forward fierce for Vega. Chun-Li with the air-to-air.
Good throw attack, the awareness. Right. Again here, just you can see Ludovic is staying right outside of that swipe range. Or at least trying to, right? It's hard, but doing a good job using Chun-Li's walk speed, using Chun-Li's pokes to keep them at a certain range where Vega can't really apply much pressure.
Yeah, you know, Vega doing a great job with his V-Skill 1. I would also love to see, earlier in the brackets, Metro was using V-Skill 2.
Yeah,
And
I think V-Skill 2 is very good.
Yeah.
But against Chun, it's not quite as good. So the specific thing, it's -6, even when Spaceball. But with Chun-Li's EX legs, it starts up in 5 frames, so it's a
she can
punish
chase him
every
down.
time.
Yeah. Here we go. Now, we got some momentum going here for,
the
oh my
walk
goodness,
forward.
yeah, for Metro
So
M.
brazen.
Great stuff there, and Metro M is on the board. We are tied 1-1.
All right. Now, but again, he does need this. This is still set point for Lud. So Metro M needs this if he wants. Oh, that is a punish. Nice.
Wow.
I really, really like that. Now he's going to have this entire opportunity to build up bar back throughout the set.
Right.
And he's working with a good life lead, which again, a character like Chun-Li, she wants that, so she can just poke you out, whittle away even more, frustrate you, make mistakes.
Now, Metro M still has access to his full critical art bar, and he's just waiting now for a nice confirm, get some of that big damage against Chun.
Oh, big
got the jump in, yeah.
Oh, decided not to use any EX. I'm not sure if that was the right call. He might go back to regret that. Oh,
Man,
no.
crouching medium to EX lightning legs once again. A little bit of a shimmy for Chun-Li.
Now I have to wonder, that could have been confirmed into super.
Yeah. Now, Chun-Li does have access to her Kikosho. It is on deck right now. Oh,
he lost the claw.
Good. Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Just
Just
out of
at throw
range here.
range.
Make that safe. Now he's really got to worry about that range.
Vega down to about 10% health, and really Chun-Li at about maybe 25, so anything can happen.
Oh, the
Kikosho.
slide.
Yeah.
So fast, so low profile. And against a character, it's really strong against a character like Vega, right? Because he's got such good walk speed that he likes to move around the screen. So, you know, if somebody doesn't want to stay still, you throw out that slide, you catch him. If you've got the V-trigger to back it up, that's a ton of damage on board just for a random hit in neutral.
Right. Fantastic, you know, Vega representation by Metro M. Definitely one of the best Vega players
I think the best in the
United
country.
States. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You know, he had a fantastic showing at Summer Jam, fantastic showing at NEC.
Yes.
And right now, Lud is going to be moving forward into losers. So, you know, great stuff here by Lud, and extreme patience by both players.
Yeah, and I think that's how you have to play that match.
Yes.
Neither one can really rush down much. They both have access to a 3-frame button.
Right.
Chun-Li does have the EX reversal, but just the nature of the beast is just so much space control, mid-range control, and
positioning.
Yes.
Fantastic positioning all around. You know, it's just unbelievable stuff.
Yeah.
So here we go, our sponsors.
Yeah, and again, you know, we were just talking about it before that last match. We have Red Bull Kumite coming up in just a week, guys. I'm not sure. Maybe some of you guys that are here are coming to that. You know, maybe some of you are wanting to go out to it. But if you have that chance, you absolutely should. It is a spectacle put on by our good friends at Red Bull. There will be Tekken, Street Fighter, and Guilty Gear in none other than Las Vegas at Caesars Palace. It is going to be something you don't want to miss. If you want more info, go to redbull.com/kumite.
Frosty Faustings, January 28th and 29th, 2022, just in a couple of months. 25 main games, a lot of them focused on anime. Come on down to that Chicago, Lombard, Illinois area and check out Frosty Faustings. They'd love to have you. Yeah, you just register on Smash, get in early. awesome stuff.
One last thing to touch on about Frosty Faustings. I know you guys love it, and you've been itching for it since the pandemic. They have a 24-hour venue.
Oh.
So after the tournaments are done, you can play casuals literally until the next day. So if you can, sign up for this. It is a capped event. They do have a hard cap. I'm not sure. I guess this is 3K. I'm sure they're close to that already, but do sign up if you can.
That's convenient.
Yes.
You know, when the venues can do that. That's awesome stuff. And Sector X, it's about 40 minutes away from here at Cherry Hill. It is going to be Smash X. If you are a Smash Brothers player, check it out. Awesome stuff. That's going to be Saturday, November 27th, and they have multiple fighting game tournaments at Sector X. Fantastic virtual reality upstairs. Awesome
cool.
stuff.
I didn't know that. That's neat.
Yeah, it's really laid out. Great stuff at Sector X right over there in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
And one last thing, if you guys want more information on that, how you can register, where it's at, etc., visit sectorxusa.com. Last but not least, we have Hitbox Arcade. You guys know them, you love them. Hitboxarcade.com/NEC. I'm guessing they probably have some sort of promo code. But you guys know what you get when you get a Hitbox. It's a high-quality, ergonomic controller peripheral. A lot of people like to use it both for better precision for the inputs, but also it's a little bit easier on your joints and ligaments.
Right.
Not quite as stressful as, say, a joystick. And the way the buttons are laid out are a little more hand-friendly. But also, you know, a lot of people just like it for the novelty of learning a new way to play.
That's right.
It can be a fun challenge. But you have the cross up there, which also has the joystick lever, but you can still use just the directional inputs on the buttons. And then just the traditional all-button layout, which is more closely related to a keyboard. But I believe at the top of the broadcast, Kate was saying they might be sold out currently, but they're always restocking, taking current orders because they know people love their stuff. So again, check out hitboxarcade.com/NEC.
Oh, we are right back to the action here, and it is going to be Smug versus Kachik.
Yeah, Kachik. Using Kage. Now, you know, especially this past season, there's been a lot of talk about who is the best Shoto. Because for basically since season one it was Ryu. But ever since Akuma's inclusion, it was basically always Akuma.
Right.
However, over the past couple seasons, Kage got a lot of help.
He did.
A lot of help. And Akuma got nerfed pretty significantly in a couple ways.
Right.
So I do not think Kage is the best Shoto. I personally think that's Ken.
Yes, I do too.
But Kage is very strong now. I think he's actually in a pretty similar spot to Akuma.
Right.
Maybe he doesn't have quite the same matchup spread, but tools-wise, they're very similar. So he's a very real character that you have to take seriously.
Right.
Now, I'm sure, again, these players, they both stream very consistently, so I'm sure they run into each other all the time.
That's true.
But this is going to be a very high-intense, high-octane match to watch.
Yeah.
And he is going boxer this time, which I think actually makes sense.
Oh, and the first hit is going to go to Kachik. Keeping that pressure up on Smug, pushes him right on into the corner.
Oh!
Whoa!
He's got stun right there. Gets the stun already. We are 12 seconds in. Kachik putting him in a guess for game situation. Smug jabbing out, activating V-trigger, and this is all it takes. Look at the damage pile up.
That is right, and he is going to force
Kanye right I love that DP. And yes, he didn't know. That's something a lot of people don't realize. That EX Fireball, it got buffed. I think it was in Season 4, the EX Air Fireball. It has a wider hitbox in the air. So even if you block, or even if you crouch, you have to block it.
Wow. That's interesting. But right now we have Smug fighting right on back and with that forward throw, keeping the pressure up on Kaye.
And there's the V-trigger activation. Oh, he didn't get the confirm there.
Great use of V-reversal here.
No, he's got to be careful. Oh, okay, that hurts.
That's it. That
oh my god,
gone.
And the conversion. The awareness there for Smug to know that at that range he wasn't going to be able to juggle properly. Okay, I'll talk about that in a second.
Great third of life of Smugs is gone. And there you go. Introduction of V-shift. Anything can happen. Awesome stuff there. Great way to close it out by Smug. We are tied 1 round apiece.
Oh, I think you could have gone for a heavy Tatsu there, but you know what? A knockdown to knockdown. He still took away, 250 damage.
That is it. Fresh counter.
He's playing so well, Kachik. Yep, and there it is again. That really strong EX Air Fireball.
Crush counter once again with the follow-up. Smug down
Look
to
at
about
this, and there's the activation.
Life.
Okay, he has a ton of damage on board here. He is guess for game. Is it going to be a throw? He gets the... Oh,
that's it.
That wasn't EX.
Great uppercut here.
Not like this. You're giving him the opportunity. Okay, what is going to be the mix-up?
There we go. Oh,
and
man.
he
EX
just
uppercut.
bet it all.
Unbelievable.
He might have actually been dead. If that was blocked, he might have been dead.
Right. V-Trigger was active for Balrog, huge amount of damage. And Kaye picked the right answer. Got it.
And no, again, everybody and their brother, everybody knows who Kachik is. You know, he's joked about a lot on Twitter for whatever reason, right? He plays a little fast and loose. He seems to have a little less regard for his own well-being. But that EXDP right there won him the game.
Right.
And Smug absolutely is expecting, okay, we're in winners finals. Why would he do that? He could be dead.
Right.
But that's what you got to take sometimes, that risk.
Absolutely. I think maybe he was thinking a little more risk too. His life was a little higher, but still it would have been a huge high hill to climb.
Yeah.
But right now we are starting up on the next game. Forward throw here for Balrog.
Oh,
Two
man.
of them.
Look at Smug going in. There's the
there
EX
you go.
whiff punish,
Life
and he gets the
melting
stun.
away.
And I really love that optimization right there from Smug. And there was a moment in that first match I wanted to talk about. We'll do that after the set. He optimized to know that the second hit, if he would have gone into the second EX rush punch, it wouldn't have stunned. So he canceled into the target combo fall just to get the extra hits in the stun, and that's how he's able to win that round so quickly.
Wow,
what a
great
mashup.
target combo here for Balrog, keeping that pressure up, and the stun is adding right now.
Oh, he's got to shimmy him. Okay, there's the activation off the sweep.
Ooh.
I love that V reversal.
Great. Yeah, that's right. Aggressive V reversal.
Gonna be able to kill.
Got that stun rolling. Here we go.
We'll have to spend the meter for it, but that's fine. Oh, it actually did not kill. Whoa. He was reaching, but he gets the jump in anyways. Yeah.
Boom.
Smug knew the range.
Ties it up. Now, you know what's really amazing? This game with Kachik and Smug, compared to Lud and Metro M, talk about momentum changing.
Yeah, so high octane. You know, that Lud and Metro M match was very slow paced, very methodical, picking the right ranges, picking apart their opponent. This is so much more rush down, figuring out the tendencies much quicker.
Heavy hitters.
Yes, and just, slugfest.
Oh,
Speaking
fresh counter.
of which, that big stand heavy punch. It's the dash punch, and then stealing his turn back, dashing it. Now he is one hit away from stun. He knew he had to throw attack.
There you go.
It's a counter poke. He's picked up on Kachik's tendencies. He's going to be able to kill. Not quite. Okay, mashing out there. Just out of range. There's the raw activation.
Oh, that's
Dash up, down short.
Right. It's going to close it out. Now, that means that Smug... Oh, well, we're going to do a 3 out of 5 for winners finals, right? So we have another chance here. Kaye being very patient with the blocking.
If it does come down... Oh, I love that EXTP. Put him in the corner. That's a good chunk of damage, too. And now you can tie up the life lead. Oh, I love that buffer. And then he mashes out again. And now he has V-Trigger ready. Oh,
goes for the overhead.
But the mash out. It blocks it. Look at this. This
Check
is a ton
into
of damage.
activation. A little bit of a shimmy there.
Oh my gosh, he's going to get the stun. And that is going to be able to kill.
Goes for
back
the back
throw. Yes, maximum meter gain. Look at this Kachik going toe-to-toe with a world-class player like Smug. Where are you at, Twitter? You're going to talk about him? You're going to hate on him?
Yeah.
Look at him. He's going toe-to-toe with your boy. Your favorite mayor of Duff City.
Yeah, he's really holding his own right now. Doing a fantastic job. Oh, crush counter here, though, for Smug. Keeps that pressure up with the EX rush punch.
He hit him with the 1-2 step. Keep your hands to yourself. EX, more than enough. Smug taking it. He heard me talking. He's like, "You're gonna hype him up." Nah, sit down. This is just for show. I'm making it look good.
But you know, you do have to say, Kachik.
Oh, he's playing great.
He's playing, he's playing really phenomenally. You know, and good for him. And you can tell he's a little frustrated with himself right now. He's trying to think of what he's going to do to try to slow down. You know, this power train that is Smug.
So something I wanted to touch on, right? Smug. So I actually had to fight him yesterday too. He was my round 2 opponent.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed about him, he's incredibly good at adapting and downloading. He's very good at picking up on tendencies and knowing how he can shift and adjust his game plan to exploit your weaknesses.
Right.
In a way that it's difficult for your brain to process and keep up. And I think that's what we're seeing. We saw a couple opportunities there where he would pressure, he would get the knockdown against Kachik and pressure him, get him in the corner, and he would just kind of tease the idea that he was gonna pressure more and rush him down on knockdown. But he would be just out of range that the whiff attempt for the sweep, he wouldn't let him get the V-Trigger activation. Same thing with the target combo. Wouldn't let him get the stand or the Toward Fierce into the heavy kick. So he knows these tendencies that the opponent likes to go for.
Right.
And then
he dishes a little bit with them.
Yes.
Oh man, right now, very patient blocking here by both characters, picking away a little bit at each other. We're kind of fishing. Fishing for that big damage.
Oh, I think he could have DP'd that. Whoa, but he calls out the dash.
Here we go, and that pressure is adding up here. Smug down to about 40% of life.
Smug really getting a lot of mileage off of that crouching medium punch, the crouching medium punch buffer into the sweep.
Activation in the corner. This is a very dangerous spot here for Kaye.
Still got a little bit of V-trigger active.
Oh,
what
neutral
a call
jump.
out.
Oh my goodness.
I think he can kill.
This might do it. Activation. Gets a juggle. Oh my goodness.
Yo!
Fantastic stuff.
Let's go. I think this is going to kill. That was a hype combo.
Unbelievable.
Kachik taking it in style. We haven't seen something like that since Sako was messing with him. Really showing his mettle, and he is putting it to the Mayor of Duff City. What a show.
That was fantastic use of combo and
that was also
V-skill.
optimal.
Yeah.
That was also optimal. They gave him those extra DPs, gave him a little bit of extra damage.
Oh, yeah.
That was so sick. Somebody clipped that.
But here we go.
What a throw tech, he was ready. Oh, no
Great.
punish though. He's still got to worry about stun.
Target combo
Dash.
right on back
okay,
at
he is
you.
gonna. Oh,
Great
look at that
air-to-air.
damage.
Keeping that pressure up. Juggling Balrog in the corner.
350.
Overhead.
Okay. Now he's spacing it out, trying to bait out a rush punch.
And that gray life slowly healing.
Oh, he made it safe. Okay, he's still got a chance. Oh,
Nice
you can't do that. Okay, there's the. Oh, what is it? He could have punished that too. Okay. Smug, yep, playing very reserved once he got him into the corner. He knew that he didn't have to overextend. And the way he would have overextended is like trying to walk into range. You know, a lot of people in that situation are like, okay, I can just jab him or throw him. But he was such a far range, he would have to walk forward, and that's a risk.
Yes.
So he just played in range where he could throw out these safe pokes and then ultimately got the win.
Kaye fighting his way back right now. V-reversal's going to make contact. We're going to take the rest of that gray life right
the jab
away.
was coming. Oh,
here we go.
Okay. Oh, that V reversal.
Now, you know what? Smug's been playing so smart. He's saying, I know what you're going to try to do. I'm using my V reversal a lot more to try to close that momentum down.
Kachik really overextending there, and now he is one two-hit combo away. Okay, that is safe. Kage does have a pretty good dive kick.
That's right.
But
And
the EX low.
That's it.
It's too quick.
It down. You know, what we really saw there at the end of that round was Smug slowed down the pace. He said, you know what, this guy is too on fire. I have to use these V reversals to throw him off a little bit, and I'm going to slow down this pace and throw him off a little. And what we had was Kachik was chasing.
Yep.
You know, that's one of the toughest spots that you want to be in, to be the chaser.
Yeah, it's normally when you're fighting a very strong player, that is like kind of one of the go-to strategies to close out rounds.
Yeah.
They'll get a life lead and make you chase them because it's much easier to eke out a win when your opponent is pressured to try and make the comeback.
Right.
And that's how Smug knew he could get that win. Because Kage does so much damage that like you don't want to give him any opportunity for like a jump in or like a counter hit combo. So he could just back off. He could back up, backdash, you know, get out of range here, poke him out, wall him out a little bit. And Kage has that low life, so he can't take much in the way of trying to bulldoze his way in.
And the teleports that Kaye have aren't the same distance as Akuma.
Yes.
So Smug knew the right distancing. He was going even further back so that Kaye was having a tough time reaching him at all. So I'll tell you what.
It was a fun match to watch, though.
Yeah, fantastic stuff there by Kachik. Really knows everything that his character can do. Yeah, and he's going to be
combo was so sick.
Heading down to losers finals. You know, fantastic stuff for him. Sitting in grand finals is Smug.
Yes, winner's side, and frankly, nobody would expect less. He was Punk was originally supposed to be here, he did not come. Smug was the #2 seed anyways. Without Punk being here, he is the clear favorite. But we saw Kachik put up a good fight.
Absolutely.
And you know, he showed that Smug can bleed. So I hope Kachik keeps that confidence. Especially, I'm sure he could hear the roar of the crowd when he did that super sick V-Trigger 1 combo.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so sick, optimal, really flashy. So I hope he takes that confidence into losers final and can work his way back for a rematch. But in the meantime, we have Ludovic versus Spaceboy, another NLBC classic, online local classic. We see this a lot.
And
Who
this
is
will
going to be
be
victorious?
the battle of the ladies.
Yes.
Chun-Li and Sakura. We're support, possibly Akira.
Yes, potentially.
Well, yeah, that's it. We're sticking with Sakura.
Yeah, I do think Sakura is the move here. Again, Akira, she has better normals than people think, but Chun-Li would, with her walk speed, would be able to really outpoke her and whiff punish her pretty well. So I think Sakura is the better choice here with the strong fireballs, and then obviously the stand light kick, which is just so oppressive.
Yes. And we're going to have to see which one of these ladies is going to come out on top here. Whoever is going to be losing is going to be going home.
Oh, big jump in already. Good hitbox there from that jump heavy kick.
That's it. You don't want to lose a fourth of life immediately to a
Down
jump in.
50.
Wow.
And then no punish on the overhead. Oh, he bet it all.
Here we go. Blood fighting his way back. Keeping that pressure up with forward throw. Sakura, EX projectile, helps be a bit of a shield for the activation.
Okay, yeah, build up a ton of chip damage. Good spacing afterwards. Oh, wow.
Smart slide.
Yes,
that
he
was
knew.
great.
Oh, just out of range for the kick follow-up.
And right now we are tied health bars.
All the V-trigger in the world left on Chun-Li's side, but she has to get in range.
Great
Maybe she
use
can
of
find
projectiles here for Sakura. Tries to get the jump in.
Oh, yeah, makes the kick safe. No real punish, so I think that could have been into to EX legs. Or EX Tatsu, excuse me.
Here you go.
Oh my god, that back
Chun-Li's
throw
going
did
to get
so
that throw.
much damage. All right. Called it out. Called out the back dash.
Oh my gosh, 5% life for everyone on the screen.
I can't
crouching
believe.
medium.
Wow. I did not think he would go for the EX. I thought maybe he was going to just bet on the guaranteed chip kill, but no such luck. He gets the win anyways. Ludovic taking the first round.
Nice anti-air here for Sakura. Crouching medium into uppercut.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Gets the micro walk forward there after the dash to forward throw. It's not a real thing, but just took advantage of Lud being a little asleep at the wheel. It's hard to check in that situation.
Lud keeping that pressure up. Oh my goodness, straight into EX lightning legs.
There's the forward throw again. That stun racking up right about 50%, using that forward medium punch to keep it right there, not moving a bit, but there's the activation from Spaceboy. What's it going to be?
Goes for that forward throw. Uh-oh, here we go.
Is
Puts
she
the mix
dead?
up.
Not quite. Oh my gosh, look at the damage.
Blood. Oh my
the
goodness.
throw tech. And that is one of the super strengths of Sakura, right? She's got such good walk speed that, like, it's really, her shimmy game in the corner is potentially the best. But oh my gosh, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the reactions and prediction from Ludovic there. Just knowing he feels a little too comfortable to throw those fireballs supering right through it. Now he has a solid life lead early on.
Great check in the air, but we're going to come right back with the EX Dragon Punch. And that's it. Sakura does have access to 1, 2 EX bars.
Oh, tried to slide underneath and gave the knock-on. Look at this damage and corner carry.
That's right. The rush down of Sakura here.
Okay.
All right. V-Reverse is going to make some contact. Chun-Li trying to get that little bit of gray life. Nice neutral play here. Slowing it down a little bit.
He's pretty... Oh, that was so smart from Spaceboy to use the EX to absorb one hit of the fireball, then do the V-skill roll behind it.
You know, Blood playing a little bit more confidently here. He has life lead. Slowly trying to get in on Sakura right now. Pick away at her. V-Reverse is going to make contact once again. Uh-oh. All right. Things getting a little bit more tense here. Everyone down to about 10%
that was
health.
so smart. Oh, but he's dead anyways.
We're going to check you with the low.
Yep.
Close it out. That spinning bird kick. Lud's going to get that first game.
Very good composure for Lud. I thought, you know, I mean, hell, even just commentating, I was shook. After that EX Dragon Punch through the fireball, he just picked the right range and the right time.
That's right.
It was very surprising.
Invincible on startup.
But he felt very confident and comfortable afterwards. He could recompose himself. Ultimately closed it out in very conservative fashion. He didn't do anything super crazy. He just trusted in his defense, trusted in his time to mash, and it worked out.
Oh, just out of throw range there. Sakura keeping Chun-Li in the corner there.
Oh, good chunk of damage here. Keeps the corner pressure. Chun-Li is struggling. That stun is at 85%. Got to be careful here. Still right there.
Now that's such a good range for Sakura to be. Chun-Li tries to jump. She's going to get air-to-air or anti-aired at that point.
And that was going to be activated into V-Trigger
Yeah.
anyways.
Now, that's a very tough spot to be in for Lud.
And conversely, very advantageous spot for Spaceboy. He was sitting comfortably.
Right.
Oh, that
Nice.
could have... Yeah, no confirm there off the counter hit. That's okay.
Oh, here we go. What's the follow-up going to be? Into the lightning legs.
Okay.
Oh, wake up EX spinning bird kick here for Chun-Li.
Let's him
Sakura.
jump in again. Yeah, Spaceboy's just really finding the right ranges where he can
Yes.
use the advantage of that, the hitbox-hurtbox ratio of that jump heavy kick from Sakura.
Oh, activation. What are we going to have here? Nice V reversal here for Lud. Oh, and that's it. That medium
Yeah.
punch. Boom. Going to close it out.
I do think toward medium punch is a button that really gives Sakura a lot of trouble. Because again, it's one of those, it's kind of like a stop sign. It's like you're going to use your good dash and your good walk speed here to your advantage. I'm just going to throw this out. It's got a ton of active frames, really long reach, and it's going to stop you right in your tracks.
Yep. Both ladies fishing here, going for the roundhouse confirmation.
Ton of damage.
11 hits. Keeping it up with that forward throw.
Okay.
Now, Chun-Li does have access to a full critical art bar of her own.
Oh my gosh. Not quite stunned, but right there. And
Oh,
baited
no,
it out.
blocked. Yeah, that's
wow,
it.
he knew. He was jacked into the Matrix. He could see the code.
Yeah.
And ultimately, Spaceboy is going to take that, tying it up at 1 game apiece. And again, this is loser's side. So
Yes.
whoever bows out of the next game, they are out of the tournament.
Right, and this is going to be a first to 3. So
Yes.
anything can happen. Right now, we are tied up 1-1, and everybody's on point today.
Mm-hmm.
This is fantastic. For me personally, just because we were saying some of the spacing for Spaceboy is unique,
Yes.
you know,
Mhm.
but I'd like to see some anti-airs for
Yeah.
Lud.
Yeah, but again, I think the trick of it is, right, is Sakura's using a really good positioning to abuse the hitbox-hurtbox ratio of that jump heavy kick. It's very similar to Vega's in that regard.
Yeah.
Just has this really good ratio to where those are placed so that it's hard to be anti-air consistently, especially with a character like Chun, where like her best anti-air is stand light kick,
Yeah.
but it's been nerfed. It's been nerfed.
Well, right now, Lud is down about a third of life. Spaceboy capitalizing off the
Oh,
EX
no follow-up.
Tatsu.
Oh, but the back throw does
Boom.
it.
Back throw
And just
closes
like
it
that,
out.
and honestly, like a weird momentum shift, Spaceboy really took that first round fast, and now he is on the verge of eliminating Ludovic. Okay, tries to shimmy him, no such luck.
Lud sitting on 2 EX bars.
Ooh, that big stand.
Yeah,
Fierce.
man, that Fierce is going halfway
Ooh,
across the screen.
jump in. Ton of damage.
Great air combo here for Chun-Li. Man, that whip throw, though, is going to get you some damage.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh,
man.
actually caught him. It's crazy that after 2 of those, the enhanced V skills, the palm, she can still be in range for that crouching medium kick. That's
Great
something-
activation combo.
You know, a lot of people don't talk about how cheap Sakura's crouching medium kick is. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, the frame trap.
This
he
might
tried
do
to challenge.
it.
I am pretty sure she's dead. This does a ton of damage. That last hit hurts. Yep.
Boom! Oh, man, awesome stuff. We are tying the rounds.
Yeah, he tried to challenge. I don't blame him. You know, it's like there were moments like that earlier where Lud did the same thing and he was able to punish. But you gotta be aware of that V trigger.
Here we go. Great air to air.
Oh, but
wake
man, this is
up
a tough
EX.
spot. Oh, this is
Wow.
so much damage. Oh, he decided not to use any bar.
Oh, here we go. Activation once again. Combos into the uppercut.
The back throw.
Throws Chun-Li out of the corner,
Oh
but
my
that is it.
gosh.
Stunt City.
And that is it. Spaceboy taking it 2-1 over Ludovic, eliminating him from the tournament. Ludovic played super well. You know, sticking it to Metro M.
Yeah.
You know, beating Mylin the first round.
Right.
Had a very strong loser's run. But ultimately, I think you described it best, Kate. The unique play style of Spaceboy, I think, was a little too much for him.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, you know, there's kind of the damage disparity. Sakura just hits like a truck, despite being
She does.
a high school girl in Japan.
Yeah, it's
she
amazing.
hits like a truck.
It really is. I think we can really say all of the Shotos have basically risen up, except for Akuma. Akuma's a little
Yeah,
bit
he's just been nerfed
behind.
because he was so strong to start off with,
Before.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody else, I would agree. I would
Yeah,
agree.
everybody else is pretty pretty much all the boats have risen except for Akuma
Yeah.
the Submarine. So, but our next losers match should be Kaye,
Yes.
Kachik versus Spaceboy.
Yes, versus Sakura Spaceboy. So this, again, is another match you see online all the time, whether it's in a bracket, whether it's on a stream. Match you see constantly. They both grind ranked a lot. And I think this is going to be another very high-octane match. I think it'll be very reminiscent of the winners' finals between Kachik and Smug.
Right.
Both these players have really unique play styles and play rather aggressively. And so I think it's going to be about who can get the momentum and offensive pressure on their side and really carry it to victory.
Right. And, you know, from what we have just seen with Spaceboy versus Lud, he was getting those great activations. He was using his projectile as a shield, getting the activation and really capitalizing.
Where he was really getting so much mileage out of the activation was doing whether it was point blank or dashing up to get it, was into either crouch fierce or the back fierce, because that's a crush counter button that's confirmable.
Right.
Like confirmable on hit, that is, on crush counter. But also, like, if not, it's super plus on V-trigger activation. So it's like, it's a win-win for him.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's so... Ludovic was so scared of other approaches that he just wanted to get out there. He got crush counter, I think, like 3 or 4 times. That's a ton of damage waiting for you.
It is. And a lot of fishing with that crouching medium kick.
Yes.
It is deceivingly far.
Such good range.
It is. But you can hear
Yes,
our
we are ready.
competitors ready.
We're ready.
Up
I'm
right
so
now.
excited. This is going to be a fun match. I have not stopped. I'm going to think about it the rest of the weekend. That combo from Kachik
Oh my,
against
that was
Smug,
really
it was
good.
so sick. I really hope somebody clipped that. It was hype.
It was really good.
Hopefully we can get another one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. He is on fire right now. And we're going to see, 2 very formidable players at NEC. Join us in Philadelphia, PA. This is Nerd Street Gaming Facilities. Awesome stuff. And we are on FunkyP's Twitch channel.
Yes.
Shout outs to FunkyP. Awesome stuff. Thank you guys for joining us at NEC. For some great Street Fighter here.
Yeah, bright and early in the morning, but you guys are here. We appreciate it. So do the players, so do the TOs, so do the streamer. Thank you guys so much. We hope you guys are enjoying the matches too. They've been very exciting to call, really, really fun matches to watch.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've still got a couple more to go. This is going to be the penultimate losers match.
Yes.
Well, actually, I guess that's actually not true. Technically, if the bracket is reset, that would be the last losers finals match. But this is just about the end of the line for either of these players. It is going to be Kachik Kage versus Spaceboy Sakura, who is going to be victorious.
Oh, here we go.
Seth, okay.
Wow, here we go, okay.
Interesting. I do think Seth does very well against Kage. But however, what's going to be tough is, like, if Kachik actually gets a hit, Seth got nerfed. The health is no longer 925, it's 900.
Yeah.
And Kage does a ton of damage.
Yeah.
Insane amount of damage. So it's very similar to fighting Akuma in that, like, excuse me, I actually think Seth counters Akuma, but if Akuma gets the hit, it hurts like a truck. So I do think Seth can do just fine in this matchup, but if you give Kachik the inch, he's going to take a mile.
Absolutely, right. You know, and we're just going to have to see. This is the first time I've ever seen Spaceboy using Seth, so this will be a learning experience for us all.
Okay.
Nice anti-air into slice kick.
That is such a strong decision. Oh, but the defensive back throw. Okay, not able to get the punish here. And then light punch DP. Okay.
Oh, great punish there in the uppercut.
Wow, what a cross cut. He was ready.
Keeping that pressure up. Man, here we go. Seth already down to last fourth of life.
Oh, lets him jump in for free that time.
Great air to air.
Gets the side
Goes for the
switch.
throw, yeah.
There's the activation. Now this is rough. You just got to block it out. Oh, wow. He was so lucky with that throw attempt. Yep, gets caught there.
There we go. Pressure in the corner. Raw activation. Oh, gets caught on that fireball.
The back throw. Okay, he's still in control here. And the air-to-air with the enhanced V-skill. Kachik taking the first round. And we called it. It's going to be a barn burner, an absolute slugfest.
Unbelievable. Man, fantastic rounds by both players there.
And I think, so we've seen it a couple times already from Spaceboy. I think that is going to be the key to this match, is using that stand roundhouse. Incredibly cheap anti-air button from Seth. Super, super strong. Starts up very quick. Covers virtually every angle.
Oh, here we go. Uppercuts. Oh, here we go. What's that mix-up gonna be? I've got your powers now.
There's the stomp, plus frames. Oh, gonna get clipped. Oh, he didn't believe.
Keeping that pressure up on Kaye. A little bit more cautious. Doesn't want to jump up right now.
Yeah,
Nice
DP. That could have been
anti-air,
DP in the
yeah.
super. Oh, he makes it safe. Oh, that was
here we
sick. I've never
go.
seen that.
There you go in the
Oh, he
movement.
dropped the DP. Okay, makes it safe with the V-trigger activation, and now he still blocks it out.
Oh, here we
He's
go.
dead
Shimmy
anyway.
into low.
Oh, he's still alive.
That's
but
it,
the
axe
axe kick
kick.
closes it out. Even though that
Awesome.
move has been heavily nerfed, one thing that did not change was the hitbox. Still incredibly strong as an instant air option. Very hard to anti-air.
A little bit of neutral play here. Fishing into launcher. Kaye down about a third of life.
Seems like maybe there's a little bit of matchup unfamiliarity here from Kachik. There's been a couple things that he could have punished that he's let rock.
Strong juggling combos in the corner here. Kachik down to his 10% of health. Seth sitting very healthily at about 90% right now. And that chip damage is going to be lethal.
He did it again!
Oh, that's it.
And look at this damage!
Yeah, that's huge damage. It's just, it catches you off guard.
He gets a punish here. All right.
Oh, Stun City, very close.
Oh, but he catches
my
it anyways.
goodness.
He's going to be able to kill. He takes the
Unbelievable.
first game almost by, I would call that a fluke. He tried to go for the instant cross-up Tatsu, the EX Tatsu, but it didn't work. And Spaceboy was just a little flabbergasted by it. He wasn't ready for it to whiff.
Flustered.
And so he got caught counter hit. So something I was going to touch on, in this matchup specifically, like as a Shoto, if you're like Ken, Akuma, Ryu, or Kage, Sakura is out of this equation. One thing you have to be prepared for is if Seth does any of their normals into the Hekatonkris, the hands, at close distance, that's -4. And specifically, Kage has a very horizontal reaching light punch DP that starts up in 4 frames. So that he should be punishing with that, but he just might not be aware.
Well, maybe he can make those adjustments that he needs right now, but right now,
look right there.
That's it.
That
Seth
could have been a punish.
keeping up the pressure on Kaye a little bit, trying to work him towards the corner, but the stomps
good counter
working
hit.
his way out. Great combo there.
Punish. He doesn't know. Okay, he was able to get a counter hit there. Look at the damage again.
That's it. Tatsu to uppercut.
Okay.
Oh, man. We have mirror uppercuts straight
Oh, he
on
called
back.
it out. He's going to be able to kill. Oh.
Overhead.
Oh, okay. He wanted a flashy combo.
That's it.
He picked up on the tendency of Spaceboy to just back roll every time. That is a setup that Kage gets. He gets meaty overhead that is +3 on block. Or +3 on hit, excuse me.
Nice air fireball.
Man, Kachik is playing this so well.
You know what?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, one thing Kaye is really checking a lot with the crouching short, catching Seth a lot with the whiffing, you know?
Yes. What I was going to say is something that we talked about at the start of the broadcast. The decision to use Seth here, I think, is detrimental just for the sake of not having the life to take these combos from Kage.
Oh, here we go. Raw critical art. Oh,
yeah, okay.
my goodness.
He's definitely dead.
That's
definitely
it.
Dead. Yeah. This super does a ton of damage. Kage's low life, too.
Low life, yeah. Boom.
But you know what? That's not a loss for Kachik. He's still at match point here to go up 2-0.
That's right.
And now Spaceboy doesn't have any meter.
Oh,
Good
nice.
DP.
Yeah, that's right. Anti-air is going to catch ya.
And now really harassing with those light punch red fire to start up so fast. Really good against a character like Seth, who likes to poke in neutral. And something that we haven't seen to maybe try and combat this is using the spin kick, the cruel disaster from Seth to beat the fireball attempts, because it does start up relatively quick and it does get fireball invincibility, but he hasn't gone for it once.
Activation here for Kaye. Trying to get the jump in combos. That gray life adding up for Seth.
Okay.
Gets the axe kick in the air. A little bit neutral play by both characters right now.
Okay, now are we going to see the V-trigger come into play? Okay, decides to take his turn.
Man.
Look at this damage.
Great
oh my
stuff
God.
there. Man, Kachik.
Oh, he blocks the overhead. But he blocked, no, that's -5. Oh. Okay.
Orb.
Oh, he's dead.
Here we go.
He's dead.
Makes confirmation. It's a critical
Oh my
art.
gosh, you hate
Unbelievable.
to see it. That and I've been talking about this throughout the entire set.
Yeah.
There is some character unfamiliarity here. He doesn't know certain punishes because you don't really see Seth much anymore. Since they got nerfed, a lot of people have abandoned the character. I personally still think the character's top 10.
Yes.
Very, very strong.
Yeah.
But you don't really see the character as much.
Right.
And it is evident to me as somebody who has to fight Seth all the time, specifically one of my
buddies,
one of my friends, in Ohio.
Yeah.
Very, very strong Seth player. I know the matchup very well. I know his frame data, and so there are things that he is letting Spaceboy get away with that could be punishes for wins.
Yeah.
So man, pull up that FAT tool on your phone, do some homework, man, because it would make a difference. He could have won that game.
You know, and one thing really, too, every time we've seen Kaye access his V-trigger, the movement that he has been throwing off Spaceboy. He has been getting access and confirms every time he activates his V-trigger.
Yes.
So, you know, shout outs to Kachik, you know, knowing how to keep it elusive. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is something, again, because of the low life, I think that's a way that you can really get a lot of mileage against a character like Seth.
Yeah.
Because, again, you know, whether it's pokes, whether it's errant hits that convert into combos or jump-ins or whatever, if you can land the hit, it doesn't take much to beat the character. But the problem is actually pinning them down and not getting overrun yourself on offense.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, here we start off right away. A lot of neutral gameplay, no anti-air.
Yeah, letting him jump in again. That stand roundhouse is so strong from Seth. Again, another one, just blocking this out.
And here we go. You know, both of these guys playing extremely aggressively to begin with, but a little bit of a slower start right now. Seth finding himself stuck in the corner. Oh man, that stun bar adding up.
Oh, I think he could have done... Okay, forced the EXDP there. Okay, that's fine. Take the throw. Now you have a V-shift ready. Oh, he called it out. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
he could
man,
have
throw.
killed. He didn't believe in the light kick Tatsu.
Oh,
no, you can't do that.
You.
Oh my gosh, he is so lucky. Now that is one of the buffs that Seth got to the V-Trigger 2. The V-Trigger 2 gains access to, it's like there's a set time when it blows up now. So it is an automatic punish for V-reversals. Any V-reversal type, that's not an escape anyways.
Awesome stuff there by Kachik. Unbelievable.
Okay.
That forward throw is going to put you right on back in the corner. He jumps into the corner.
Oh, man. Oh, I wonder if he could have gotten maybe another DP. That would have been great. Right. Oh, he tried to press. I think he actually tried to challenge that time, but rather interrupt the block string, not try to punish it. Okay, good V-shift. But now he's out of meter.
Trying to get that cross-up combo. Seth, that gray life is gone.
Whew.
Both of these characters roughly same amount of life right now. Neutral
he's
jump.
Dead.
That
he's
is
dead.
it. Yep.
Yes.
Critical Art is going to take it.
That jump in got him killed.
And we are tied 1 round to 1 round once again. Unbelievable.
And so what I would like to see out of Kachik, I think, play in a way that you can get Spaceboy to use his meter. Because that's what's gotten him killed these last 2 rounds. He has lost because of all the meter that's been stockpiled on Spaceboy's side. Make him use the EXDPs. Make him use the EX spin kick, whatever it is. Just don't give him access to that meter.
Fantastic
I thought he maybe could have gotten a trade. Oh, he bet it all. Okay, no V-trigger activation.
That's right. Come back here for Seth. Oh, great. Text in the center of the screen.
Okay.
The neutral play.
Oh, I think he's dead. No. Okay. What a throw tech. I can't believe he was ready.
That is it. Anything can happen right now. Oh, the axe kick makes...
Oh,
that's it.
That low forward from Seth. Deceptive range. Very, very good button.
Unbelievable. Man, Spaceboy makes it 2-1. Unbelievable.
Okay.
Fantastic stuff there by Spaceboy, you know, getting a little bit more familiar in the Kaye matchup, getting a little bit more confident with his mix-ups. And from what I could see, the thing that helped him get a lot of that big damage was the orb.
Yes,
the orb
for sure.
this time made some contact, and he was able to capitalize off of that.
Yeah, yeah. The utilization of V-trigger makes a huge difference. Okay. Oh, nope. No counter hit conversion. Just out of range. Okay, yep. There it is. A ton of damage. Yep. Falls up. EX. Look at the damage off of just a stand roundhouse.
That's
you don't even have to do an input.
Overhead. Here we go.
I think he's dead.
This might be a perfect.
Oh, he decided to go for the reset.
Oh, to jump in! Oh my
Yeah.
goodness! Boom with the perfect.
Okay, this is a very tough situation. Kachik has to dig deep mentally here to recover from this. If he can win this round, I think he'll be okay. He won't act. It won't be a wash, but he absolutely has to win this round if he wants to try and like recover. Oh no.
Here we go. Seth keeping up that pressure right now with the multi-punch.
Oh man.
Dangerous spot here
he's
for Kanye.
dead.
Oh, he's
Okay.
stunned.
He
This
cannot
might be
kill,
it.
but this is a ton of damage. Guess for game.
Activation here for
Okay.
Kanye.
Okay, look
Great
at that.
combo here. 6 hits, a lot of damage.
Okay. Oh,
slice
but the
kick.
low forward, so strong. Kachik
Unbelievable.
ultimately not washing his toes, and I have to say he played very, very well. But it was clear to me, and I think clear to Spaceboy, there were knowledge check situations where it was obvious that he didn't know frame data, and he let Spaceboy get away with a lot of stuff on block that he shouldn't have, and it would have made the difference in him winning that set.
Absolutely. And that was a fantastic game.
Yes, very
really
exciting.
for both.
Yeah.
Really for both. It was neck and neck for Kachik and for Spaceboy. But man, who would have thought Spaceboy picking Seth?
Yeah, right.
That was crazy. It was a great adaptation.
Interesting choice as opposed to Sakura. I suppose Sakura would struggle more to anti-air because like she does have the crouching fierce, which is very good, but it's very slow. And then her DP is like slow and also like a weird angle because it goes so forward horizontally that sometimes like if you try and anti-air somebody like when they're jumping in from really close, you'll miss. But nevertheless, so he made the switch.
Yes.
Seth worked out perfectly.
Right.
And now he is moving on. He's in loser side grand finals against Smug. Now this is going to be difficult. Smug, world-class competitor, multiple-time Capcom Cup qualifier, has won majors, one of the very best in the country, probably the best boxer in the world.
Yes, absolutely. And held that title also in Street Fighter 4. Extremely strong Dudley. I would say best Dudley in the world.
Oh, yeah, free. Not even close.
Absolutely fantastic Dudley. Carried that over to Balrog and Street Fighter 5 and really holding his own with G.
Yeah, really, I think the way he plays that character is different from any other G. Really made his own style. And again, it's not even like that character is just a strict counter pick. He can play that character just as well as he can play Balrog.
Yeah.
So it's like it's basically like, okay, what's the matchup like? But also, what am I feeling? You know, it's some people feel that the character pick out of desperation.
Right.
It's like, okay, this character I do bad against them, and they murder the character I play or whatever. So I'm gonna try my secondary, but they don't have the confidence there. He clearly has the confidence in his G.
Yes.
And I suspect we'll probably see some of that maybe to start off with, and maybe switch to Balrog if he gets put into losers.
That's
or,
true too. But we have seen extremely strong G play here by Smug even earlier today. But yeah, we also saw him playing Balrog also.
Yeah.
Smug definitely able to play multiple characters, but yeah, we're going to have to see how that is going to go.
I wonder if Smug is going to the LCQ next week.
I think
I would guess so.
I would think so because they do have the regular invitations and the last chance qualifiers. Yeah, I would bet that he definitely is.
Because he's because interestingly enough, there is Punk and Brian F who are already confirmed. They're invitees.
Right.
So
and Mono.
Yeah, and Mono. Yeah, a ton of very strong players.
Yeah.
But that means those players are in IDOM, and that means those players are out of contention in the LCQ.
Right.
So he has a very real shot of winning it.
Yes.
It would be, and presumably he and Punk would fly together, room together, whatever.
Right.
I would guess so, but I'm not sure. Nevertheless, I hope to see him out there.
Oh, I bet he would be.
Okay.
All right, we are on that character
this
select.
again, grand final strap in. Let everybody know on Twitter. We are at twitch.tv/FunkyP here at NEC 2021 working on grand finals. We have Spaceboy Sakura on loser side versus Smug Balrog on winners. Who is going to take it?
And here we go. Breast Cancer Research Foundation. If you get these fantastic costumes until November 12th, 100% of the proceeds goes straight to the Research Foundation. So thank you guys.
All right, let's get into it. Trying to fight here for this control of the mid-screen, and already we see Smug pushing Spaceboy towards the corner. Really trying to steal his turn back. And their good counter hit conversion there from Sakura.
That's
noticing the spacing to be able to get that conversion.
Oh, here we go. The snuff. Unbelievable.
Yeah, on the down medium punch. Such a strong tool here against Balrog.
Right. We're seeing, you know, a lot of checks into fireballs. Great stuff, you know.
Oh, man, you got to be able to punish that. I think he tried. He was just at the wrong range to use stand medium punch.
That's right. You know, and those small bits of damage really add up. Activation here. This will be huge damage for Smug.
Yep.
Oh,
I love it.
Uppercut.
Yes.
Oh,
and now where is going to be? Yes. He can't.
Oh, just out of range. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he challenged. That could have been hit. Okay, block it out. Oh, there it is.
That is going to be
the enhanced uppercut there, extra damage, extra stun. Spaceboy takes the first round. And what we already saw, two things that really stood out to me. Challenging the dashes from Smug. That's something Smug is really good at and likes to do. Kind of steal turns back with unexpected dashes. And so we saw Spaceboy buffering that down medium punch, and it landed once, and he was able to check him a couple other times. But the other thing is Spaceboy is playing at a range where he can make Smug guess between whether it's going to be Fireball or a poke, so he can't react with the KKB dash through the Fireball.
Right. Yeah. And right now, everybody is just sort of jockeying for position right now. We're seeing a great confirmant uppercut there. Goes for the forward throw. Balrog into the corner right now. Fights his way out.
Oh, and the back throw is so smart. Oh, meaty. That was so meaty. There's the V-Trigger activation. Spaceboy going to twerk on him.
Oh, nice anti-air for Balrog.
Okay, there, blocks it out. Now has to hold a ton of chip damage in the mix.
Nice anti-air once again.
Cannot jump. Oh, dead. Yep.
Boom. We have tied it up 1 round apiece.
And basically tied on meter, too. This is a neck-and-neck match so far. And we would expect no less. Some of the best on the East Coast here.
Nice little bit of neutral play.
Trying to get that crush counter with the stand roundhouse.
Oh, man. Punish that with throw. Pressure in the corner.
Ooh, okay. Gonna be able to get a conversion here. Oh, he actually could have juggled.
Great mix-up of throws and normals. Great neutral play for both characters. Good, and the anti-air. Oh, man. Walk-up throw. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the counter. This is a ton of damage. Cannot kill.
Gets the full 17 hits in the corner.
Oh, he mashed.
That's
he knew.
Target straight into.
Oh, he dropped the follow-up.
Yeah, that's right. Activation. Both characters roughly the same amount of life right now.
Oh my gosh, the defense. Okay, there's the forward throw. He's got one more guess.
Boom.
And yep.
That's it. The check.
And so no longer is that -1 on forward throw dash up. It used to be -1, hella cheap. They did nerf it. I think now it's -2. Or maybe it might be 0. I think it's 0 on block. Or is it 0 on dash up, excuse me. But it's still very cheap. His dash is so fast, and you're so concerned when you have that little of life. You scrambling to try and figure out the right defensive option. He just chose wrong.
That's right, and we are up 1 game for Smug, who is in winners right now. Here we go. Nice bit of neutral play here for both characters.
Oh, yep, good punish. Yep, using that exceptionally long range on that stand light kick for a good punish. Most characters would have just had to go for a sweep.
Everybody fishing for confirms right now. Catches the startup of the rush punch.
Nice, good touch. He's so ready.
Balrog down to about 50%, but he's very close to getting that V-trigger active.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of stealing dashes and taking turns back, look, there's the activation. Oh my gosh, and the challenge. Oh my gosh, this is looking so good for Spaceboy here. There's the activation. He gets to keep Smug in the corner.
Oh man, that's it. Fighting our way out, pushing Sakura across the screen.
Oh, he's dead. Oh no. Oh, dead anyways.
That is it. Closes it out with the uppercut.
Yes.
We are having, once again, 1 round up for Spaceboy.
Yeah. Really, really great round. And he had a round like that last time. So it's going to be, is he going to be able to go the distance here, have the stamina to beat Smug in a full game, or is Smug going to be able to adapt and wear him out a little bit and take another one?
There we go. EX is going to push Sakura straight into the corner.
Oh, that was such a good jump, and he just chose the
right back
button.
in. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, and the buffer off the down jump. This is looking bleak.
And that stun bar is up there.
Okay. Get the side switch, keep your meter.
Whoa,
that's fine.
Use the V-shift here for Smug.
And honestly, like, this is, oh, that's a punish, yes. Okay, I would not use EX. Okay, or I guess he decided to use the V-trigger. He does almost have super, so that's a fine situation. Smug is betting it all on being able to close this out, and I don't blame him with a buffer like that.
Target combos, text in the corner.
Oh, again.
That's it. Yeah.
You know what's funny? He is playing Balrog like G. G loves to buffer from those ranges as counter poke.
Yeah.
And he's doing exactly that against a character that likes to do the same thing with stand light kick.
Right. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Oh my
and
gosh.
we are matched 1 round apiece here. But
Okay.
yeah, I have to say, Spaceboy really fighting his way back.
Oh, drops the
Just
combo.
that throw range.
Drop the screw upper follow.
Oh, here with the check once again.
Oh my gosh, in the sweep, the footsies.
We shift.
Okay, that's oh, you could have punished. I think that's -4.
Slowing down the pace
Okay,
here.
big crush
Got the crush counter.
And
yeah.
now he does have V trigger active. This is important.
Okay, and we have
Good blocks.
Balrog down about 1/4 of life.
Okay.
Nice V reversal.
Oh no.
Keeping that pressure up on Sakura in the corner. Activation.
I don't think he can kill. Maybe?
Great follow-up with the
Nope,
uppercut.
not quite. This is still nerve-wracking.
Both characters have
blocks.
let's say 1 EX bar each
Oh
for
my
Sakura.
gosh. Oh, Spaceboy, you can't lose this.
Here we
Not
go.
like this. Oh my gosh.
Great pressure of the
One
reversal.
throw is gonna do it. Oh my gosh. I am the
man,
stand
forward.
light. Or yeah, that is stand medium kick. You're right. Stand
it.
medium kick.
Unbelievable. Man, tense
That was so
stuff.
tense.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable
I'm waiting
stuff.
with bated breath there for whether or not Spaceboy is going to be able to close out. That was so important for him. Now he's putting a little bit of pressure on Smug, letting him know this isn't going to be free, and more importantly, bolstering his own confidence.
That's right. Now, Spaceboy will have to keep winning and get the reset.
I really like even that small adaptation there to get himself a life lead, deciding to charge the fireball, throw up the kind of rhythmic timing Smug had to use the V skill through them, and then he gets the conversion there. Whew, speak of the devil.
And that's it. And Balrog heading down to about 50% of health. Goes for that back
so
throw,
good.
but
Oh damn,
once
get
again,
right back in the corner. We're not done.
Here we go. Activation. Sakura.
Good V reversal.
We're seeing a lot of great use of V reversals here for Smug. Keeping that pressure up on Sakura. That great life is gone. A little bit of a stare down here.
Oh, and he got caught reaching. Is he dead? Not quite.
Whoa, and we have that magic pixel here for Balrog.
Oh no,
That's
not
it,
like
turbo
this.
combo 2, activation. Massive juggle in the corner. Oh, neutral jump, anti-air. Oh my god.
yeah,
No, that's
yeah.
it. Oh man. You know, and that's like we said, when you're in one of those positions where you're nervous and you don't know what to do, you know, Vega can slide, that'll catch you. Uppercuts, that can catch you too. But very close round.
I really think the fatal mistake there was Spaceboy deciding to try and go for the cross-up, you know, and then put himself in the corner. I would have preferred to him just keep slow and steady, hold your corner position there, make him earn that comeback. But, you know, it was a risk, and he decided to take it. Ultimately, you know, did not work out in his favor. Okay, tried to go for a big crush counter. Oh man, whittling away at the life lead here, forced to activate there. Okay, catches him low. This is a good chunk of damage, gets to put him back in the corner.
We're gonna catch that V-shift. Keeping the juggle going.
Gonna run out of
16.
Out of V-trigger. Is he okay? Oh,
Whoa,
he is not okay.
That is it. Wow, that's a surprise. Here
I thought
we go.
maybe he was going to be able to block, but no such luck. Smug waking up with it. I will do it. I will bet it all on black, and it will pay out big time, baby.
He's like, I got a surprise for you.
Yeah.
Catch this critical art. Oh my gosh. Well, great stuff there. You know, really, we were talking about, you know, 50-50s earlier. That is a huge one. Spending it all.
Yeah.
And it worked out in Smug's favor. He is up 2.
Yeah. If he wins this next match, he wins the whole tournament on winner's side. But Spaceboy has been playing very well. So far, this is looking a little bleak, though. Really getting rushed down here in the corner. That stun staying up, and now one hit will do it. Decides to challenge there, but man, he's got to be so careful.
Activation here.
There's
Anything
back
can happen. Sakura keeping that pressure up.
Oh! Oh my gosh. Did not get the full conversion there, but the stun is there. Okay, there's the 4th throw. He is one combo away from winning this. Good challenge,
There we go.
but he's going to get the stun anyway. He's going to be able to kill.
Oh my goodness, neutral
I
jump
think he will
combo
have to
here.
spend meter. Oh no, he won't. That's so perfect. What a good situation to find himself in. That invulnerable DP paid off.
Yes.
Got him the stun right when he needed it.
And you know what? After losing that last game, Spaceboy keeping his head, being clutch, gets the round. Here we
Oh
go.
my gosh, the
Man,
buffer.
great
That
check.
stand heavy punch is doing so much work for him.
Oh, here we go. Balrog fishing. Gets
Ooh,
that damage.
That hurts. Meaty.
Neutral play here.
Very patient. Okay, there's
Oh,
big.
that's it. Sweep
Yep.
into activation.
Put him in the corner. Nice. There's the forward throw. And now again. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Everybody trying to fish for confirm here. Nice
oh man,
reversal.
Smug hates that. He's still not out of the woods. He's able to close it up, but there's still a tense situation. There was so much meter on Spaceboy's side. It was like 2 interactions away from potentially winning that.
And this is it. This is match point for Smug right now.
Okay, Spaceboy calling out the dash. You do not get to take your turn back.
Oh, man.
Speak of the devil, I don't
is
think he wanted super. I think he wanted uppercut. But ultimately, he does get a solid life lead here, but now he's got no meter to work with. He's really going to have to make this corner position here count. And speak of the devil, he is working it in spades. And there's the stun, keeping that offensive pressure up, taking it back. And now we are tied up at 2 games apiece with a perfect.
Yeah.
With a perfect.
Unbelievable. Great
Spaceboy
stuff.
digging deep.
That's right. You know, Spaceboy, I'll tell you what, really kept his head being clutch, closed it out. Great stuff here, you know, Sakura, and she was just at that range, checked into the confirms, Balrog in the corner.
Right.
And that's it, clutched it out.
Oh, big punish here. Errant execution error from Smug, but able to dash up there, get the back throw there. But
Man,
Spaceboy
right
again, not letting him get with those dashes. That has been the absolute telltale sign of Spaceboy being able to stay in this and actually slow Smug down, is checking those dashes. Oh my gosh,
man.
there's the EX.
That's
Put him
it.
in the corner, knock him down, and now you are sitting in such a good position. Look at all this chip damage racking up.
That's it, Smug going for
And
activation.
he challenged.
And that's it,
Oh my
pressure.
gosh.
Pressure from Sakura going here.
Look at this, he's playing so well. He's just dead. He's dead. Spaceboy taking the round, stealing back that pendulum of momentum.
That's
putting
right.
it back in his side. All of that energy for him.
And right now, we are match point for a reset here for Spaceboy. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Combo straight into uppercut.
He's doing so good at checking the movement, and there was a miss buffer from Smug and a punish. It wasn't much of a punish, but enough. It's making him think twice about how he's approaching. And the
Here we
call
go,
out.
the check again, yeah. V-reversal usage,
Okay.
nice anti-air.
I do not like that jump. Oh, that's a punish. Gotta do stand light kick.
Okay, good anti-airs here.
Oh, there he finally gets out of the corner.
Just missed the throw. Target combo.
Okay. There's the activation. Yes, that's a buff in Season 4. Yes, the crouch
good
grip is a
straight
fine
on
trade.
the anti-air, yeah.
Smug finally watching his toes. He's been caught one too many times on those light, the crouch short. Oh,
Tex
wow.
in the center of the screen
Oh no,
once again.
that's a big punish. Oh, not quite dead.
Oh.
He's still alive.
Now anything can still happen now.
Oh, yes.
That jab.
Yep. Really, really good awareness there from Smug to know that, you know, you could tell he wanted to close it out. He didn't want to give him the chance. And in that situation, you can't dash up. It's punishable. You gotta be careful of those neutral jumps. He will absolutely EX screw up or you.
Man, this is a very tense round here. And here you go. Sakura once again closing the gap. Closes it out with an uppercut. Strong
Big
jump in
punish.
here.
But the EX again, that could have basically spelled disaster for him. Oh man, you can tell this is so tense.
Yeah, everybody trying to fish for that opening. Balrog with the forward throw.
Oh, the punish.
That is it. Crush counter.
Oh my gosh,
Big damage.
Smug not going to be able to
activation.
close it out, but he is going to be one hit away.
And that.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Into activation.
Switch the sides, yes.
Oh, man,
the jump back
lights.
jab, the cheap
Unbelievable.
stuff. He knew that is like the top player classic. They know you are on the verge of making this comeback. You want to rush in. You want to close out. You want to make me make a mistake. Jump back jab.
Yep.
Jump back jab. And Smug is your NEC 2021 champion. It was not an easy match. It was a nail biter right down to the wire. We had great matches all throughout top 8, but he takes it home.
He did it. It was a fantastic run. Smug using G, using Balrog, and made it for the big winner. And technically, He is the very first winner for this brand new facility in Nerd Street Gamers.
Yeah, you know, what better way to kind of ring this in to break the champagne, right, than to have one of the world's best, Smug, no less, right here, right before Red Bull Kumite next week. Hopefully, again, he does go out. We'll get to watch him do some great matches with the LCQ. But yes, absolutely fantastic matches day, top to bottom. Got to see Kachik putting in work with that Kage. Super stylish combos, really great setups, great pressure. You know, we got to see Metro M and Ludovic with that slow, controlled match.
Yes.
We got to see Zano with the Nash. With the Nash, you know, making this top 8. Really excited about him. Again, shout outs to him. Very, very happy for him to have done so well. But ultimately, Smug is our winner.
Reigns supreme. Smug the king. So awesome stuff. It was great being with you.
Oh, yes, of course. Really happy. Nobody else I would have rather commentated with. This is the second time we've been together, killing it on top 8. I'm so happy for that. Hopefully, you know, they'll announce dates for Winter Brawl soon. Maybe we'll be back together again.
That's right. And what's the next thing that you're going to be working on?
So the next thing I will be a part of, for the Michigan scene, there is an event that they are throwing called Midwest Classic. If you guys are near the area at all, I would really, really love for you guys to come out to that event put on by the Neutral Ground crew. But I'll be doing commentary there, competing there. But the next big event I'm going to is Frosty Faustings in January.
That's
I will be
really
there.
good.
Yep.
That's
putting commentary.
Awesome
Hopefully, I'll get it.
To.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I'll be heading to the Red Bull Kumite, and then right after that, for November 20th, I'll be helping the military FGC.
Oh, perfect.
They're having an online competition, Free Street Fighter 5, Free Street Fighter 5, I'm sorry, and Guilty Gear, $50 pots for each.
Oh, perfect.
And for active and veteran military
players. That's great. That's a great initiative.
Yeah, so something fun.
Yeah.
And actually, if you want to keep up with that great Street Fighter action, Capcom Pro Tour just finished up this morning.
Yes.
Southeast Asia.
A boxer won. Oswald.
It was Oswald. Yep. Oswald using a strong Balrog. Today, Smug using a strong Balrog again. So awesome stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, just as a last aside,
it's a Balrog Sunday.
I think there are 4 Balrogs in Capcom Cup.
Oh,
Not
really?
even joking. I'm pretty sure there are 4. Because I'm pretty sure the Oceania, Australia one, there was a Balrog that won. I'm pretty sure. And so then that's, we've got...
I know we have, well, yeah. I know, well, we've got, it's going to be a great, but there was a couple of Camis and definitely a Cody, Falk, Minot. Yeah, so it's definitely a nice, really nice mix. But
anyways, yes, thank you guys so much for joining us. It was a great broadcast today. Thank you again to Big E Gaming and NEC for having me on. It was a pleasure and an honor. If you liked what I did, please follow me on Twitter. I would appreciate it. Follow Kujo Kate as well. We're both very active. And thank you guys so much for the support. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We'll see ya.
Adios.
Bye.
All right, guys, coming up next, we're going to have Dragon Ball Fighters top 8. So stick around if you're interested in Dragon Ball. That'll be coming up next, so don't go anywhere.